Here we go again on our own.
All right.
I am the only way I've ever known.
Let's do a little recap.
Yes. Time for a recap.
And
In the story so far, you left the Storm Shroud with an emotionally unstable Jean Lemore in tow, but had little time to reflect, since the opportunity soon arose for Alina to add some sandworm skulls to her collection. After fixing them to your war machines, you took a detour from the road trip to free an imprisoned Ultraloth and take its class on molding slime homunculi from the pit of Shumrath. You kicked back while your new green friends drove you to Worm's Wharf so you could secure passage on a Moreneloth's barge on the other side, where you met Krull, the Death Priest Tortle, who said he required tribute before he'd take you to see Archon. Kenway was happy to give away the shield of the Hidden Lord since he decided that Gargorth wasn't his friend anymore. And thus Krull led you to Tiamat's monument, where Archon and his pouty Minotaur bodyguard demanded you pay them back for what was stolen by the Van Thampers, even though you were really only secondary thieves in that matter. Alternatively, he said that he'd accept an orb of dragonkind. But you also wanted help freeing Ralzala the Dao, and he'd only do that if you gave Krull Lulu to experiment on, which you refused, realizing there were other Celestials around who might do in her stead. There was also a wizard said to know where to find the orb, but when you arrived at his obelisk, you discovered he was really a demon. The demon said it had been summoned to guard the life force of Uldrak the Empyrean, and after Uldrak was killed by Tiamat, she imprisoned the demon as well, preventing it from reaching Uldrak to resurrect him. And it should be noted that Uldrak's magic, of course, precluded it from suiciding or playing along with its death in any way. Irregardless, when you tried to free the bastard, it rather rudely attempted to eat you, and so that was, of course, the end of it. You took a magic dagger from its melting corpse, which Ethel identified as containing Uldrak's life force. Then Kenway realized there was a bloody great sword on the map, which you figured might be Uldrak's, because of the fact that Empyreans are, of course, Biggins. So you headed that way, now with a random monodrone enlisted in Ethel's entourage of misfits. You were only waylaid briefly by an imp at Lucille's Moor, but Jael convinced that he had a wart problem and was seeking an arcane healer in the south, so you were at Uldrak's grave in no time. Only it wasn't a grave at all, because as Mahkah detected with his wand, Tiamat had transformed Uldrak into a spined devil as punishment, and he'd been living all this time rather quaintly inside his old helm, unable to find the demon he'd summoned. You restored his Empyrean form by stabbing him with a magic knife, and he gladly gave you his orb of dragonkind. Then Alina asked him to free Ralzala and Mooncolor from the demon zapper, and sure enough he did. So, Ralzala kept her promise and wrote you a letter of introduction to Belle, before the three of them plane shifted the fuck out of Avernus, leaving you to head for Belle's Forge in search of the psychomorphic core. Along the way you were approached by an Erinye bounty hunter, seeking Smiler the Defiler, but you said you didn't know where he was, or in Ethel's case, evaded the question. Mahkah making things more suspicious with guidance. So, she threw her life away as well, shortly thereafter being crushed by Kenway between the Golden Doom's wrecking ball and the palm of Ethel's big blue hand. Now you seek to reclaim your cloaked barge and traverse the river Styx to enter Belle's volcano and speak with the pit fiend himself. Some of you thinking perhaps that you might have a bone to pick with him or two. And that about brings us to now.
Actually, thanks for the recap, because I was just like, didn't the unicorn say that he couldn't plane shift out? Then how did he get here in the first place?
That's a very good question. Well, I guess you didn't have an opportunity to ask him, so you'll never know.
I could just ask. Just send a quick sending to the unicorn. She's like, how'd you get here?
She's like, I can't remember. My mind is all muddled from being trapped in the demon's apple.
Damn lying unicorn, you son of a bitch.
We'll just add that to the endless mysteries that surround.
She was transported to Avernus by Lathander in order to liaise with Zariel and try to convince her to come back. So maybe it was Lathander himself that plane shifted Mooncolor to Avernus. How's that?
I don't want to keep poking holes in this, but was the Mooncolor's like hope that Zariel would had a change of heart and help her to come back, because if it said no, or they said no, then she was like, shit, how do I get back?
She brought a magic object with her which would allow her to return, but Zariel took it and snapped it across her knee.
There we go. Sorry for the quick thinking.
No, it's good. And in this way, stories, entire universes are born. But okay, so you've just looted the corpse of this Irinye and found some soul coins on it. And I'm pretty sure that Luna and Batcat are currently alive, presently, temporarily alive. You've still got some slime homunculi and a monodrone following Ethel around. And I'm going to give inspiration to Alina for suggesting that Uldrak uses his sword to free Ralzala and Mooncolor. But note, I had a look into inspiration, and it does look to me, although there was some debate about it online, that the GM's inspiration is indeed different to Bardic inspiration, in the sense that with Bardic inspiration, it explicitly says that you can see the roll first before you choose to use the inspiration die, but with GM inspiration, it doesn't say that. Oh. So I think because it says when you expend it. No, sorry, it says you can expend it when you make an attack roll, saving throw, or ability check to gain advantage on that roll. So yeah, I think with GM inspiration, just remember you got to use it up front. Otherwise,
what shifts would we be in at the moment?
We are currently in shift 3, I think. Let me have a look. Shift 3. Yes. What do you do?
Did you drive into the clouded barge?
Turn around, did you say?
I mean, like,
go the other way.
Retreat! But continue making our way towards the clouded barge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So, where are all the things? Travel shift. Okay. The weather remains the same. It is bloody hot. It is swelteringly hot and dusty. And you're approaching these mountains that you passed through previously when you were trying to rescue Lulu. Maybe you can still hear this buzzing sound coming from the west, from these hell wasp nesting grounds. But otherwise, Alina is at an action station. Ethel's driving the Golden Doom. Jean Lemore is Sentinel. Okay. Mahkah, give me a survival check.
Survival. Let's see what that is. Mahkah's just thinking, since we've put the skin canopy on the Golden Doom, it's like bringing an umbrella. It hasn't rained. I don't think it's rained.
Horrible.
Yeah, yeah. It's only when you don't have the skin up
It's only when you...
that you get acid rained on.
I was literally thinking the exact same thing. I was like, love that we went through all this work to skin up this demon and no rain.
Okay.
I'll just be grateful.
So, 18. Yes, 18. 18 is sufficient. Alright. So, where do you want to go?
just in the easterly direction.
Just kind of through these mountains, I guess. Yeah, like if you go immediately to the right. So I'll take you up like that. Then you can go east. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 9. If you want to remove 9 Ickers.
Mm-hmm.
And as you drive through here, this hot wind blows through these mountains. You kind of hear some rocks tumbling down the sides from time to time. Kind of glance around as you're driving through here, looking for possible ambushes, but nothing emerges. You just see the occasional spin effects, perhaps. I guess these plants and whatnot just live off the acid rain moisture. They're like acid-borne plants.
Might thrive off the blood of the fallen enemies.
I was thinking the same thing. It's over, like, graves of millennials.
I mean, it'd be like demon Nika potentially. Oh yeah, or like blood, like devil blood.
Mm-hmm.
The plants here survive in all different strange manners. You find again this bridge stretching over this small tributary here. You're able to drive over there with little problem. And actually, we're in this new hex, so we'll just roll for the weather again. Ooh!
Speak of the devil?
Speak of the devil. You should have spoken of the devil.
No, I'm like, should I say it? I'm going to jinx myself if I say it. I'll say it.
Okay, it'll be hilarious if it rains. Just so you know, I'm not cheating if it does. Acid rain is 6 to 7. I'll roll a d12. 6 to 7. I hope it happens. That'll be amazing. Okay, it's not going to rain. But it is a specific terrain condition. So let me just have a look. We're driving through this sort of hilly environment, and you encounter this area actually just after you cross this bridge that is full of scree, like loose rock debris. And Ethel, you're actually forced to sort of drive a little bit creatively as the Golden Doom is kind of skidding and getting stuck in this debris. So give me a dexterity save with the Golden Doom.
Okie dokie.
And maybe add your modifier, your dex modifier.
Oh, okay. So I already rolled it. So my dex modifier is +2. So is that in addition to the Golden Dooms?
Yes.
Oh, it's a 0. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. So it's an 18.
Yep. Nice. The DC would have been 14. So you are able to navigate through this scree, and you avoid any major issues from occurring. So you're all right, and you can pass through that area safely and carry on.
Hooray!
So we'll move another 4 points.
Sorry,
to
Ethel
this
is a
hex.
good driver now. I don't know what to tell you.
Another 4 Ickers.
Yep, another 4. And I feel like you're gonna think that I'm just making this up, but I seriously rolled another 1 for the weather. Which would be the stopping of the weather, but that was like a one-off. So we'll see what we get now. Oh, shit. Okay, it's still not acid rain. Where are we? I've got a million tabs open. How did that happen so early in the game? Okay, a 5. Ooh. as you drive in this direction towards the river Styx, the wind picks up. It's coming from the river Styx, potentially from across the plains on the other side even. You can almost hear this whispering on the wind. It sounds like maybe some of these souls, these ghosts that are traveling along the river Styx. And you don't think anything of it at first, but then it just keeps getting stronger and stronger, and soon like the air is like full of dust and it gets harder and harder to see. And you can see these thick clouds rolling towards you from the direction of the river Styx, just to the north of you, or just from the Diswood Way. And by the time that you work out what's going on, it's almost upon you, this, what appears to be this massive dust storm or a sandstorm. So what does everyone do in preparation for this storm as it approaches? It's nearly upon you, like you can't sort of drive out of the area, but what would you do as it's bearing down on you?
Mahkah has like desert garb, summer garb, so he'll like cover himself up, like his face and so forth, to protect himself from the winds and dust and sand and stuff. Yeah.
Is it like made for heat though, or made for like, does it specify?
I bought this, and
because it's hot weather clothing. I can see that you're wearing.
Yeah.
Travelers in hot environments. So I actually feel like this might just be, like cute little crop top, short shorts. I don't know if you can
Take the crop top and just puts it over his head. Can't we just like?
That would have been so good like 20 sessions ago.
No, I'm just kidding.
Short shorts.
No, I think actually, like, you're probably right. Like, I think if you really are trying to survive in the desert, you would want like something to wrap around your head and keep the sun off you and whatnot. So I'll say you can do that.
No crop top. Okay, I'm just gonna note that down. So
Well, it's up to you. It's up to you if it has like
There's a crop top
with a-
underneath the loose linen
Right,
shirt that you're wearing.
yeah.
You can have both things.
It's like a Disney princess outfit.
I got some Hessian sacks, and I'm gonna ask Ethel, can you put some water on these Hessian sacks, and I will put some on my head. Would anyone else like a wet Hessian sack?
I was gonna say, can't we just pull over and tiny hut behind the machines?
How fast is this storm approaching?
You reckon you have like 5 minutes before it hits?
Okay. Well, when
It's
Tiny
10
Hut
minutes.
is a ritual spell, right? But you can cast it as a ritual, but I think the time on it might be 1 minute if you just cast it using a spell slot.
Yep.
So
that's right.
I think. Okay, cool. So I could cast Tiny Hut, and I don't know if we determined if I cast it just on us if I can fit the Golden Doom in there. I think the answer was no. So we have to
jump
abandon the Golden Doom to the elements, but we would be fine.
take the keys, homunculi.
You just see all these little green men going. "Ah!" Sorry, men and women. I don't know why they're pretty sexless, I imagine.
Yeah. If it looks like we're not gonna be able to like obviously drive through or anything, I'll get out and I'll cast Tiny Hut.
The only thing is actually, wait, Tiny Hut. How many people can you fit in there? 9 creatures. Wait, but I don't know if they count. Do they count as creatures? Here we go.
Interesting.
1 dust storm, and we're
Don't
already
make me
into
leave
it.
behind my homunculi.
I mean, it's a construct. Like, I think it's a creature. I think it is a creature.
Hide them underneath the doom. Oh, shove them in the trunk.
Yeah, we put them in the trunk. We give them some Hessian sack blankets.
Tuck them in.
So, yeah. Tuck them in. Say, don't go anywhere until we tell you. Hide in here.
Okay. If you are able to do that, if you want to spend a spell slot casting Tiny Hut, you can jump in there. You can put the homunculi in the boot. Then I think
Definitely taking the keys.
taking the keys. I think that is sufficient. You don't have any animals or anything, so you're able to weather the storm. It's all around you. There's dust everywhere. There's pieces of rock blowing by, bones and things even that kind of hit the tiny hut. And we'll move into the next shift.
Are we up for a break shortly? I'm not sure, as in shift-wise, because we'll be able to sync last time.
So now you're in shift. Oh, you're back in sync. So you've got 3 more shifts to go. As long as you take like a rest during that time, you're okay. The sandstorm continues for the next shift. What do you do?
Nap.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Might as well take advantage of that time to rest some.
Do we have to identify anything? Do we have anything we haven't looked at?
Everyone look through your inventory. Anything fun?
I don't know if there's anything. I feel like you identified everything.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can still divvy out because we still have a +1 whip. That just details just says retail. Renalis. I thought it said retail for something. I was like, what the?
I think I put
retail
the
price
whip,
is $17.99.
I think I put a proper whip in Jean Lemore's inventory because I think he picked it up. Retail.
Whip.
Oh yeah, I have a whip.
But you don't. Of course, you can give that to someone else.
We have the Storm's Eye Shuriken. That was once per long rest. You can when you damage a creature with the Shuriken, they can cause it to electricity to lash out.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, this screams at Alina. So
I made that one up. I'm proud of that one.
You don't trust me with that?
No, I mean, this screams like you.
Incoming! I mean, I'll take it. I won't say no.
Yeah.
Just.
Yeah. Mark is also going through the bag of holding and is going to ask Ethel, that Shield Guardian amulet sounds right up your alley there, if you're taking damage. On the
Shield Guardian
battlefield.
amulet?
Yeah.
Oh, the problem is that we need the Shield Guardian that comes with it, but we destroyed that. So this is just pretty much just a hunk of metal right now because no one we tried to sell it to.
Yeah. Everyone's like, what am I going to do with this?
Can we trap a guardian in it?
No, it has to be the one that you... The one that came with it in the packet.
Single-use items, seriously.
Yeah.
should we not have put the bag of devouring in the bag of holding?
Oh, that should not... If I think I put that there, that it definitely should not be there.
Yeah. I'm just realizing, wait a minute, interdimensional space stuff.
I think I just put that there because I was just putting all of the things that haven't been divvied up in there. Where is it? Yeah, who wants
It's too heavy
that?
for me to carry, so I can't.
Oh, I can carry it. I think I have quite a lot of... Oh, wait, no.
Apparently I don't.
Wait a second. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong... No, I can't. Sorry.
Put it on me. If anything, maybe I can use it to dispose of dead bodies if we need to hide stuff.
Okay.
Let's see. Medicals. Oh, we don't need Fëanor's head anymore.
Oh, yeah. That was already given.
That?
No, stop decorating.
No, because you already gave it to Smiler.
We gave it to Smiler.
I was like, hey.
Does anyone want the silver dagger, or Uldrek's dagger? If that's I don't know if what remains of it can be does it still consider it a magical dagger, but not have any effects other than be silver?
I'll say Ethel can tell you that it now just seems like a mundane silver dagger. It doesn't look like it will do anything.
All right. Does anyone want to divvy out the 2 potions of healing just in case if stuff hits the fan for any of y'all? again.
Yep, good idea.
I'll
I have
probably
a
take
potion
one
of-
since
I've got one on me.
apparently
I've got-
I've got 48 health.
I've got some.
Well, we were going to taking a short rest, so
I mean, you're taking a short rest or a long rest?
I guess either. I guess so. It'll be fine. But just in case.
Feel
for
free
the
to take
next
a long
day.
rest if you want. You've got like 3 shifts left.
Yeah, we
Okay.
might. It might be a while before this storm disappears.
I'll give 1 healing potion to Alina
Thank you.
and do one of the other one.
Mahkah already has one on him.
Um,
I don't need it because I have so many like self-healing options.
Maybe Ethel, because I've got
yeah, I
2
was gonna
healing
say
potions.
I can take it. I don't think I have one.
How are
Should be
we
in there.
on stuff that requires concentration onto use? Like a dedication to have equipped, because we still have like the helm of telepathy.
Mm.
Like I can't, because all my shit's like I already at my mind's capacity. Like who wants to read thoughts and try to see if they can manipulate them?
This seems.
Ethel just like reaches
Yeah.
towards the helmet and someone should just be like, no. You'd be bad at it.
I mean, it's a.
Yeah, I feel like it's perfect for Ethel.
I mean, it's like the DCs for the thing are like its own, so it's.
Uh-huh. Sure, I'll wear a cool helmet.
Are you just trying to get it out of the bag of holding?
I'm just like, since we're now like taking some time, I figured it'd be a good time to divvy out loot and see what, because I feel like every time we get in the middle of stuff, like, someone has some. Oh, it's in the bag of holding. Damn it.
True. And yeah, so Ethel, you can. Yeah, you can attune to it if you want to. So yeah, everyone go ahead and take a long rest.
That's almost hit the long rest button for the bag of holding.
Yeah. Standard shifts.
And let me see. Okay, the first shift, the storm continues. For the second shift, the storm continues. So when you wake up, it is still
Good
dusty. But also, well, I will. Let me think. Yeah, everyone, give me. We should probably do. Actually, nothing's going to happen in the night. We'll say you can kind of, you can keep an eye out as much as you like, but it's very inhospitable out there. Nothing comes upon you. And you still have one more shift on this day, if you can call it a day in Avernus. And it's still storming outside. What do you do?
Anybody
How
wanna
long is the
play?
shift?
4 hours?
Okay. So I have in one of my books that I have locate objects. Crazy that I have not learned this one yet, guys. Seems like it could be useful. I know the range isn't large enough for me to just search all of hell, but you could use it for a radius. But I'll ask the party because it does cost money. So.
Well, before
think-
you're able to do that, though, the tiny hut actually begins to, kind of like shimmer, like
gotcha.
it's about to disappear.
Yeah, well, I can recast Tiny Hut. This time I'll do it as a ritual, though.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. I guess you can just keep doing it as a ritual from inside.
Yeah.
So what spell were you wanting to learn?
Locate object.
Okay.
I think it would cost 50 gold. Maybe. Yes. Because it's a second level spell, but it's half the price because it's divination. So.
I think that's right. That sounds right.
So are we all cool with me spending our monies?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've got 100 gold on your character sheet anyway.
No.
Oh no, sorry.
I was gonna say
Ignore
no.
me.
I
You've got
don't.
10. You got 12 gold.
I got 12. I think.
She got almost a fifth of that. More than
Yeah,
a fifth
I
of
have
that.
some of it, but guys, I'm poor. Spend all my monies.
I mean, if it's any consolation, I have 3. I mean, on theme, but still.
Yeah.
Well, is everyone happy with taking gold from the bag of holding for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
So,
So I'll take-
especially since we might have to still look for 2 items of importance before we can get to the main items of importance.
Yeah, we're looking for a lot of items right now. So I'll take 4 platinum out of the bag of holding, and then the 1 from my inventory.
Okay.
And-
Sweet.
Okay. Sick.
And it's locate object? Locate object.
Yeah.
Alright, that should now be in your spellbook.
Thanks.
Okay, and we'll say at the end of that shift that the dust storm clears. Because, I mean, what are we even going to do? Just sit in a dust storm all session?
I was
And
gonna
that's-
suggest.
Sorry, guys, I lied. You're not leveling up right now. You're quitting the
I bet we could play some games.
I was gonna suggest Russian roulette with the beans.
Well, you can play Balder's Bones.
I thought maybe Boulder's Bones, but
Oh yeah,
you
Russian
wanna play
like bean eating.
Oldest bean.
bean roulette.
This
Bean
is
net.
The coolest thing out of the beans when they're buried. See what happens.
But everyone is feeling hungry, especially thinking about eating beans.
Crash and
So
die.
it is breakfast time.
Oof.
So give me a con save unless you're really tough.
Yeah. Markah's really tough now.
What's the DC?
Ooh, Ethel, DC 7.
I try to feed my little monodrone. So my food.
It's just like meep, mop. Just looks the other way.
I've named him Meep. Meep, you have to eat. I'm worried about you. You can't keep going like this.
Okay, but you are all able to force down some of this disgusting food. Kenway and Mahkah, you're not feeling too disgusted by it anymore. And you can emerge from the tiny hut as these winds are dying down. And you open the trunk, and all of the little green guys are dead. No. I'm just kidding, they're fine. They suffocated in the trunk. No.
Oh my
they're
God.
Fine. They all like pop their heads out, like look
We had
around,
to breathe.
wave at you and stuff.
We
They kind of
open
lower
the
each
trunk
other
and they're
down from the trunk.
if we pop open the trunk, they're having a little gambling game.
They've got one of the
One of them
beans.
is one of them outstretched in
No,
the flank,
no,
thing
get
of a
that away
little
from me.
visor.
I was totally thinking he was going to say something else. And I'm not going to repeat it. It's not appropriate.
No, repeat it. Everything's appropriate.
No, I was thinking like a slime orgy, and I was like, oh.
There's nothing inappropriate
We
about a
just
slime
really
orgy.
slowly close the trunk and just walk away. You're like, "Shh, okay,
Yeah.
we can come back later.
Yeah.
They're trying to make more slimes. So they're trying.
Yeah, no, I thought that's definitely like if there's a way that you could get more slime. I gave mine to
I
Matt.
did say there was both
Man,
men and
I
women, so they can reproduce.
That's
in
what
there.
happens when you start clarifying. I'm like, oh, baby.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna use the decanter to clean the golden doom off a little bit.
Clean the trunk.
I actually took the seconds to the canter to clean up that trunk after the slime. Sanitation that shit up.
Oh my god.
I was like, okay. I didn't go
Hose it
that
out.
far.
Get the blue light out. Okay. All right. So you're able
The
to.
green light, sorry.
get back into the Golden Doom, and is that what you want to do next? I imagine you just have to go one more point. We'll say you can remember pretty easily where the barge was. And whoever's got the cloaking device can. But just spend another Ica to get to here.
How good are we looking on Icarus, by the way?
170 Icas.
Yeah, we're good.
We stocked up last time, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
And as you roll onto this barge, it drops this bridge plate down into the sand, and you're able to roll the Golden Doom up onto it. Lulu is seeming especially nervous.
Okay. I guess we better brace ourselves.
Why? What is wrong, Lulu?
Well, like I mentioned, if we're just crossing the river Styx, it's generally okay. But if we're gonna travel along the river Styx without a Morenoloth, it's very dangerous. There's whirlpools, there's rocks that come out of nowhere, and there's even monsters, devils and demons and other horrible creatures. Very treacherous.
Then we
Don't
should
worry.
probably
I'll
just
be
cross.
worse. Try sailing through a twin whirlpool with barrage of cannons from rival pirates on you. That's real excitement.
That doesn't sound exciting to me either. But then, you are Kensei Kenway.
All right. First mate Mahkah, shall we set sail on our next grand adventure?
Yeah, Captain Kensei.
Alright, so who begins shoveling coal? I guess there's a fair bit of coal on this thing. You've got some coal stockpiles, sacks of coal down below.
They'll start shoveling.
Okay.
Take breaks. We don't need you nearly dead before we get there.
Adrian picks up a shovel. Start
Ethel is like, oh, right, and then we'll start
Actually,
jamming
wait,
it
we have a
instead. But
shit ton of and the
Homunculi.
He
Double.
carries a coal and just throws it in just this conga line.
And then I will also send Mahkah out right in front of the ship, just a little ahead to try to see if we can get any warning, oh, there's a rock right there or something,
Okay. Kind of instructing her to let out a squeak.
Yeah,
If
I
it
can even
says
just
anything.
be if the slime homunculi are taking care of the coal, I can just sit down next to where Kenway is and just be a little ahead of maybe his eyesight, and then just be looking through Batcat's eyes, still in range, but just a little ahead, and try to help spotting anything that's difficult to see.
All right, sweet. And so Kenway, you're in the bridge at the wheel, and you move this iron barge out into these blood-red waters, and it's very quiet, and there's this low mist, as always, hanging just over the river, and you can see these currents, these very strong currents. If you kind of look into the water, you can see it's even stronger down deeper, and you see these whirlpools ahead of you, and again you see these strange spectral ghost-like entities sort of traveling along the river down below, and you can kind of hear these voices and these screams emanating from the waters as you traverse along the river. And you are heading down river towards Bell's Cave, I take it. And so, what I'll do is, you say we go from here, probably Yeah.
I mean,
Never get a DL before the whole piece.
to mitigate the dangers, I know, Kenway, you are very brave, but should we not just go straight across?
I mean, we don't know if there's going to be like a big gaping tunnel that's in the into Bell's Forge, or if there's the only places. I mean, we could go straight across. I don't care either way. I get to sail a ship again. So it doesn't really matter to me. I do have a little bit of an adrenaline junkie, so.
I think we should just avoid these whirlpools.
Well, I've
been very effective.
I was planning to do that anyway, but I will hear your concerns.
Well, you take the lead, Captain Kenway, but I just I have a small doubt.
For hearing out the concerns of the local crew, we shall just sail across and not follow the river. All right, first mates, Mahkah. You might want to take Ethel to draw her fat cat out of the way. The update to our lovely, lovely watcher.
Ethel, land ho!
Okay, so you're just gonna go to the other side, like approximately here?
Where's here? Because I don't see it.
Oh, sorry.
Where
Just
here?
back on the... Oh, because you can't go back to the... Yeah, but just across on the other side, on the other back.
Yeah.
I'll take us back to this map.
Yeah, we like to go there. Where's there? What do you mean, where's there? There's there!
But how are we gonna get into the volcano if we go this way?
Surely there must be a door.
You're right, it might be safer.
As you're
We have
having,
our documents.
as you're having this
turn
discussion,
phone around.
you see the other shore emerging out of the mist. Still want to land? I'm just making sure, just because Kenway. I'm not trying to dissuade you from landing.
Make up your mind, either shore or the river.
I vote the shore.
Okay. All right.
Wait.
So you can. Oh, sorry. You're voting.
Yeah, I'm voting. I vote the shore. 2 votes for the shore.
I also vote the shore.
Ethel abstains. She thinks the river would be fun, but knows it's impractical.
Lulu leaves her trunk.
What an incredible paper it could make to be able to write about the process of sailing down the river Styx. But it's okay, we don't all have to die.
I mean, to be fair, you actually did do that a little bit with the assistant of Captain Bugsy a little bit ago.
All right, but you can land on the other beach. There's like a bit of a inlet here where just the ground is just this kind of muddy clay-like substance, and you lower the bridge plate and you're able to drive the Golden Doom through this sort of boggy ground and like up a little bit of a hill until the ground starts becoming a bit more stable. Ethel, actually, give me another dex check for the Golden Doom as it slips and slides a bit in this mud. And you can add your proficiency, your dex proficiency as well.
Okay, perfect.
Nice. Again, you're able to kind of hit on the accelerate, like just at the right time. Kind of drive up over some of these like hills and things. You nearly get stuck at one point, but you get out of there and drive up the hill. And do you cloak the barge?
Yes.
I think you would.
Yeah, we don't want the barge being stolen by someone else.
We don't cloak it just to see what might happen. All right. And so you have made it to the other side. What do you do now?
All right, so do we want to try to go for Bell's Forge?
Yes, I feel like
Let's do it.
there's nothing to hide.
Well, actually, speaking of, should we go around saying that we aren't, or should we say we are warlords? Back to the previous encounter, because I feel like we don't really stand out in the Golden Doom as much if we claim that we're warlords. Because if we aren't, then that just makes us more suspicious. Then who the fuck are we?
I would like to play a warlord.
All right, then we're in agreement with warlords. I like this. A decent upgrades from Captain stats.
Ethel, the insanely old woman, goes, I feel like I can pull off warlord. Like, no one will question this.
Insanely old.
Hey, it's better to fear the lives of people and the duties that are for the young that die off. Or I fucked up that saying so much. I know I did.
But you know, I feel like I got the vibe. So
I got
worked out.
duty.
Better to fear the old men that did in a profession where young men die so easily. There you go.
There we go. Yeah, either this old lady has survived for so long doing this, or what a crazy retirement hobby.
Both are fair. Both are
Yeah.
fair.
Okay, but I'll assume that we're traveling still in this shift. We are still in shift 1, and I'll just take us there. So probably get to about here. What are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want to take off another 5 acres. And maybe you have to even drive a little bit further. 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess it'll take us to this point. So 9 acres. And you approach this gargantuan volcano that dominates the horizon here. And there are clouds of fire and ash spewing from its caldera, and the air is trembling with its angry grumblings. And as you approach, you don't have to look around for very long until you see this vast multi-layered fortress that's been hewn into the volcano's rocky slopes. And you also spot what looks like a large regiment of devils marching nearby, actually heading kind of away from you and down to the southeast. They just look like they're on some sort of patrol or something. And as you approach this fortress, you see multiple stone and clay buildings scattered around, and there are bearded devils everywhere, as well as spinagons and bone devils here and there, and chain devils as well, barking orders at one another, getting into fights, organizing themselves into regiments, and you also see training grounds, areas where they're practicing for combat. And it doesn't take very long as you're kind of driving towards this fortress for one of these bone devils to approach you, and it's backed by probably 6 Merregons. These bone devils, you encountered one before in the Storm Shroud, but it was a little bit difficult to see in there. It looks like this, almost kind of bug-like, but constructed of bones with these, sort of wasp-like wings. Long talons, just this skull-like face. And these Merregons are these creatures that you encountered some time before as well. It sort of looks like they are their armor. They just have these kind of soulless, skull-like faces with no actual parts of their helms penetrating inside, so it just looks like they can't, how would they see? And they just sort of walk up motionlessly, almost like robots or something, holding these these massive, deadly-looking halberds. And this bone devil indicates for you to slow down as you approach. What do you do?
Definitely on the way to the forge, Mahkah's covering up. He's gonna stay wrapped in his like summer attire.
Crop top?
Crop top. It was
On the
cover
way
his
there,
face.
Alina has re-sewed it to be a proper bandana.
Thank you. Thanks.
Like, this is embarrassing. Give me this.
Do you slow the vehicle down?
Yeah, I think so.
As you slow it down, you hear this bone devil's voice in all of your heads. Warlords, where do you think you're going?
We have come to speak to the Great Bell. We have some important business with him.
I pull out the letter of introduction. We got an invitation.
I was just going to say, papers. It reaches out this long, clawed, bony hand for these papers. It almost feels like it's going to like tear into this leather parchment when it grabs hold of it.
I will watch him carefully. If he looks like he's going to destroy our papers, I will.
Yeah, we got through so much shit to get them. I refuse to let this one.
I will hit him with a spell.
Okay, so you can't ready an action before combat. Do you wish to begin to sort of cast a spell and like hold it there?
No, I won't do that. But I'm watching him.
I'm watching you, Lithowski. I'm watching.
Alright, it takes this parchment and it reads it. You hear its voice in your heads again.
Who is this Ralzala? I have not heard of this creature. What is this writing at the bottom?
Well, this is a coded writing.
Above your pay grade.
That's right.
What proof do you have?
Oh.
Other than this document? I do not recognize these as official papers.
Who's your manager?
I am in control here.
I see. As clearly you have not been given the, you're not in the know about the code. Ay. What kind of outfit is Bell running here?
You dare criticize Lord Bell in my presence?
No, we criticize you. I bet you turn us away, or worse, kill us, and you inform Bell of this, and you show him the paperwork. The next thing you're going to be seeing is the end of his wrath.
Give me an intimidation check.
Okay. All right. Let me quote the character.
And the scariness of the Golden Doom help with that at all? It's like, look at all this skin on our vehicle. We're very scary.
As you wonder this, you see again all of these marching devils everywhere, and you are struck by just how puny your Golden Doom really is in the great scheme of things.
Mahkah is still measuring like his head like that, and then he's looking at the Doom. Okay, yeah. Ethel.
Oh!
Ooh!
Ooh!
You hear its voice in your head again, and it sounds like it's infernal, but you can still, anyone who can't speak infernal can still understand it because it's like telepathy. It says,
No. No need for that. Perhaps this Ralzala had some kind of... Was she dealing directly with Bell, or was there some kind of contact?
Exactly.
Someone I can ask to confirm.
There was a fair bit of contact, I believe, between Rosella and Bell.
What was the imp's name? I'm stuck with that. There was an imp.
The one that relayed messages.
Yes.
The
Oh, we did not write that down, don't we?
No, I didn't.
Messenger imp.
Whoever's got the name can have inspiration.
Is it Surta?
No.
No, that was the deity
Fire
that
giant god.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
-1 inspiration.
Oh, that was a crack score. That would have been. I would have been such in the negatives. I feel like.
All right, Lulu's like,
I think it was called Zogatab, something like that.
this bone devil like instantly like looks over at Lulu.
You bring a celestial into our midst.
Lulu's like,
Whoopsies.
She's my slave.
You must be very powerful to have a celestial slave, even though this one is only so small. It just so happens I do know a Zolgatab.
and it kind of turns, like its whole body, sort of upper torso, like you can hear it like creaking as it sort of turns around, like, and it appears to interact with a couple of these Merigons. They sort of just stand there motionlessly, but then two of them like turn and begin walking off in the other direction. And this Bone Devil turns back to you. And it kind of beckons.
This way.
Ah.
We will see if you tell the truth.
And it kind of waves you in further towards this fortress. And you come to this area, you sort of drive past several other of these regiments and past these clay and stone and brick buildings. And there's a sort of a, almost like a large, like gravelly area where there are a few other war machines, and it indicates that you should park in the parking lot.
There's just like a little imp with like two like blooming torches that are like directing traffic. And this way. Yeah, that's good.
Hey, buddy, 2 spots available.
And this Bone Devil sort of departs as well, and these two Merigons stand nearby, and you have to wait for a little while. Like, it feels like you don't know much about, you can't judge time passing in Avernus, but it feels like probably like an hour or something. But soon enough, you see this Bone Devil actually flying back in your direction through the air from the top of this kind of fortress that's like hewn into the rock of this volcano. And it's sort of flapping these weird wasp-like wings, and it lands in front of you and like blows all this dust up into the air. And it's like,
Okay, you may approach. I have confirmed the legitimacy of this document.
and it hands it back to you.
Thank you. Or curse you, depending on how you prove it.
I was gonna say,
How rude. Yes, curse you as well. Thank you.
Oh, wait a minute.
and it tells you that these Merigons will lead you inside, and but you will have to leave the war machine here.
We take the keys, roll up the windows,
Slimy is in charge.
Yeah, I leave my
no one
slime
touch
guy in
anything.
charge. I tell Meep to stay with them. Meep will not stay with them. I'm like, okay, Meep, you're in charge.
Yeah, it just follows you anyway. And this Bone Devil says,
By the way, I like the way you've done up your vehicle.
Enemies of the Fall. It's great this season.
It's my handiwork.
You have good taste, but bad taste, I mean.
and
Terrible.
It leads you towards this fortress and takes you through underneath the gate, this like underneath this big portcullis. Is that the name of the? Is that what you call the gate that comes down like under the front of the? I've forgotten all my words. I forgot my words.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leads you under this big iron portcullis and into this large cavernous area, and it's just littered with devils everywhere. And many of them are also just sort of lining up in regiments, barking orders at each other. There's even in here, there's kind of small like marquees erected where there are groups of devils interacting. It looks like they might be sort of discussing war plans and various other things. And you also see like all kinds of, crates full of weapons, all sorts of deadly looking weapons, and various war machines, and also strange kinds of contraptions and war machines and like torture mechanisms. The Bone Devil beckons that you should indicates that you should follow these Meragon, and it departs, and these Meragon lead you through this large area and into these passageways, these sort of winding labyrinthine corridors, and there's these sort of stone support pillars sort of looming above you as you enter this area. There's like flickering torches kind of lighting the passageways, and there are like grotesque statues and gargoyles lining these corridors, sort of looming over you. Like, it just makes the whole area like very menacing. And it leads you through these passages, and you begin kind of descending down these like spiraling staircases, kind of carved into the rock of the volcano. The whole area is just like carved into the volcanic rock, and it's very hot. There's like searing heat radiating everywhere, and there's also these like channels of lava like going down like one side of these passages, sort of winding downwards into the volcano, and there's like smoke and ash in the air, and it's just hard to see. And you can also hear this volcano sort of rumbling above you. And as you head deeper down, you're kind of buffeted occasionally by these hot winds, gusts of sulfurous winds, and you can hear whispers everywhere, these devilish whispers sort of resonating through the halls. And yeah, it's just teeming with devils. There's like patrols, and there's sentries at each kind of entryway, sort of standing there unmoving. You can hear like the echoes of like hooves and clawed feet, sort of echoing through these chambers. And you can also hear like the ringing of hammers. And there's like smiths and various armories and things down here. And there's also like training areas. You can hear this like combat, these like battle halls and arenas. And you can, as you walk along, you also see like various rooms in here. There's like stockpiles of weapons and armor, and there's like various crafting areas where they're making these like more of these kind of strange mechanisms of war and torture. There's like enchanted workshops that are sort of buzzing with like the sound of magic, and there's like strange robed figures in there like creating, potions and various magic items. And there's also like prowling beasts sort of stalking back and forth in cages, and feast halls resounding with wicked revelry. And at one point, as you're kind of following these Meragons down into the depths below this volcano, you also have to sort of move to the side as a bunch of these spine devils and a couple of imps sort of push past you from behind, and they're pushing these big like wooden carts that are full of these bright golden crystals that sort of light up the whole passageway. And as they're pushing past you, excuse me, they're kind of like pushing these like carts down into the depths of the fortress. But soon enough, you arrive at this location that these Meragons sort of point you in, and like down this like wrought iron spiral staircase. And you head down here, and you find yourselves in what looks like a forge, a massive cavernous forge, and there's these channels of bubbling lava that are sort of winding down into this area, and they're kind of winding through this whole complex as you come around this like central stairway down into this area. It's lit by this lava, and you see these like massive anvils like towering above you, and there are these like chained giants that have like coal black skin and fiery orange hair, and they're like hammering at these weapons on these giant anvils. And as you come down the stairs, you see a massive pit fiend that is sort of sitting on what appears to be this massive, like, flying throne that's hovering in this room, sort of slowly kind of gliding around the room. And this pit fiend is just kind of watching these giants with this malignant gaze, like plotting, just sitting in this flying throne. And there's like sparks like falling like rain throughout this area. And this creature is very obviously Belle. This just looks like this large, like 16-foot pit fiend. It's just a very traditional looking devil with blood red skin and these like massive horns on either side of its head that are like capped in iron or bronze perhaps. And these red bat-like wings and this long red tail that's sort of draping over the edge of this throne. And it has like glowing red eyes and sharp pointed teeth, and it's wearing this golden armor that's kind of partly morphed into its body. And you can see even from where it's kind of sitting there, like clasping these like giant like creature skulls on either side of the throne, that it has what looks like humanoid heads like hanging from a belt around its waist. And it's sitting there and it's like holding this sword that is just like, it's like a great sword, but it just has these flames coming off it, just this constantly flaming great sword. And I'll show you an image of Belle. This is, you recognize Belle, I'm sure, from the end credits.
So, slight spoilers.
This is where we die.
And as you come down these stairs, you see Belle over here. Oh, I'll wait for the map to load for some of you. But Belle is, sort of watching these giants hammering at these weapons. And he sees you coming down the stairs. And turns his head, and his whole throne sort of hovers around in your direction.
Welcome. I heard that you may have a letter of recommendation from Ralzala.
I'll bow low, really low, and say, terrible to make your acquaintance, great Belle. Indeed, we do have this letter of recommendation. Give it to me, and I take it over, head bent down.
He hovers a little bit in this direction, and there's actually a imp perched on the back of the throne that lifts up into the sky and flies over in your direction. Takes this parchment from you and flies back to Belle and hands it to him. And he kind of holds it up with one hand while he's still holding this flaming sword and reads it.
Yes, this is my code. So, it seems our interests may be aligned.
And it says this last thing, actually. Let me see, actually. When you first hand it, let me go back a bit. When you first hand it this, it's reading this parchment. He kind of says, yeah.
So you claim that our interests may be aligned. And what just might be those interests?
Overthrowing Zariel.
He says,
You dare speak of treason in my presence? While Zariel is away, arguing this court case to bring more souls into the Blood War.
But as he says this, you hear a voice in your heads again, all of you. And, he, speaking in common, not in infernal, you hear like the sound of like a shush sound.
Shh. There are many spies in my volcano. We cannot speak openly of these matters. Speak to me in your minds.
And out in using his real voice, he says,
Zari will return any time now. Primus will surely rule in favor any day. And Elturel will be ours.
Jean Lamore's gonna think, oh, my goodness, then we must hurry. We wish to defeat Zariel by finding a very important part of her and destroying it.
So you say this in your mind?
In my mind.
You wish to destroy Zariel? And which part of her would that be?
One that is hidden in a sword. Do you know of it?
The sword of Zariel. Do you claim to know where the sword is?
No.
But we have ways of getting to it. But that will require, in my mind, obviously, will require your services.
This is very interesting indeed. For I had not heard news of the sword for a long time.
Also, to keep up the ruse, because I don't think it'll be very suspicious that there's like a long pause between the characters talking. I'm going to try to make Jackson like, really, come on, we gotta work out something, right? While he continues to feign ignorance.
He says out loud,
we shall discuss these things in our minds, but I will tell you psychically, just as I have verbally, that I am nothing but insulted at your suggestions about Zariel.
One of these fire giants, like, actually none of these fire giants pay any heed. They just continue like hammering at these anvils. And you can see all these weapons lining the walls as well, like over here. And you can tell these are like massive weapons that these fire giants are making.
And what is it that you need from me?
A psychomorphic core. Do you have one, a spare perhaps? That would be sufficient.
What does a psychomorphic core have to do with Zariel's sword?
Because to find where it is, we need to retrieve the memories of something long, long ago. But to do that, we require a machine that kind of blew up. Now we're finding parts and pieces to put it back together. We have a huge shopping list. This is one of them.
Bell narrows his eyes and looks directly at Lulu.
This would not be the creature, perhaps, whose memories you were trying to restore, would it?
something like that.
Just resounding silence. Just everyone's like, no. Just like,
What if it were?
I am simply curious, for I had heard that Zariel once had a mount such as this that could grow into a mammoth. You there, little Celestial? Is it you who knows the location of Zariel's sword?
Maybe. I think so. But yeah, I had my memories taken away somehow. So we've got to get them back. We need this psychomorphic core to do that.
It is a power source, fashioned from the clockwork heart of a Modron hierarch. It just so happens that I do have the heart of a Modron hierarch in my possession. I could fashion you a psychomorphic core.
And here comes the butt.
Bell grins widely as you say that. Reveals these sharp pointed teeth.
Indeed. You did not think I would do this for free, did you?
Well, technically, you get out of way more of it than we do.
You do not know what I wish to achieve. What makes you say that?
Well, technically speaking, because of our objective, no matter how this outcome goes, whether success or failure, it points more towards you than towards Zariel.
Indeed. As you may know, I was demoted so that Zariel could rule. It might please me to right that wrong. But I had already underway another strategy at hand, another plan, which was recently disrupted by Zariel's minions. Perhaps if you can help me bring that plan back into action, then I would be willing to fashion for you this psychomorphic core.
And which plan would this be?
Zariel's agents confiscated 9 adamantine rods. I was going to use these rods, well, to do something very important. Perhaps that is all I shall say about it. My spies tracked Zariel's agents. They took these rods to a flying fortress, a wreckage of a flying fortress in the Contradisward Way. I believe they are being held there until Zariel's return from Mechanus. I cannot send my agents to recover them, for if they are captured, it would be considered high treason. That would be extremely dangerous for me. But if you went, a mere band of warlords, presumably after them for your own selfish aims, then she might not think the wiser. If you bring back these rods to me, then I will fashion you the psychomorphic core.
What do these rods look like?
They are only approximately the size of each of you. Long adamantine rods, metal rods.
To help us with this backstory, if we are somehow captured, what use would they be normally?
Perhaps you could just claim that you are stripping the wreckage, looking for anything valuable.
Okay.
Do you know the approximate number of forces that are guarding these rods right now? Or rough guess?
I cannot say. At least a few Maragon may be guarding the main entryway to this wreckage. My spies tell me there also are demons flying about near the top of the wreckage, for it is near the demon-infested areas of the abyssal way of the river Styx upriver. It is also near the plains of fire. It may be quite a dangerous place for flammable creatures such as yourselves. Although maybe you will be okay, tiefling.
I've always been out of the frying pan and into the fire situations before. Or I should say out of the forge and into the firing pan.
Don't make him think of eating you.
I see what you did there. And don't worry, I am always thinking of eating you.
Don't, I'll go down hard for you.
Okay.
Do you have any access to the Geminian? I don't remember how to say that. Zeminian imager?
A Zemnian imager.
Zeminian imager. It's one of the other parts that we need.
I see. No. This is a rare item that I cannot fashion.
Do you know where else we could find one?
I do not. Perhaps it would be in the possession of a spellcaster. Such beings are known to collect them. A wizard. Have you asked Mordenkainen, perhaps?
He's on our list of people to talk to.
I see.
Do you have any way of communicating with him?
No. We do not speak.
So, more to like the rest of the rest of the. What? Out of question, kind of like thing. As my compatriots are speaking in our mind, can I hear them, or am I just hearing Bell? Just weird question.
You're just hearing Bell.
Okay.
So sometimes it's a bit strange to you, I guess.
Yeah, it's just like all of a sudden silence,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden he just like comes out with this. I'm like, and I like look around to my compatriots. I guess we're doing this.
It's Mephistopheles is the other wizard, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I would also ask him if he has any connection to Mephistopheles, which is a hard name to say.
Mephistopheles. Ah, yes. Probably another good guess for somebody that might have a Zemnidian imager. But no, we do not speak either.
One last question about these adamantine rods. Do you have anything that would help us carry them?
You should not have too much difficulty. They are quite light.
Okay.
Are we saying light for you, or light for some of your smaller minions or soldiers?
He kind of gazes at each of you.
I believe even beings as puny as each of you could carry them without too much trouble.
Okay, doesn't hurt to double check. It'd be a shame to send us all the way down there. We can't because it's like.
Okay, to this fortress.
Oh wait, can you show us where that is? We don't want to get lost. Especially
If you
in this
have a map, Zolgadeb here can mark its location.
Yeah. You got a map over there?
Mahkah takes out the map.
The imp flies over again and takes this map from you.
Yeah, you got a pen by any chance?
Yeah, point it out and I'll mark it for you.
Yeah, it is there.
It,
About here?
Yes.
it marks the location here of the
That's what I was afraid of.
wrecked flying fortress.
Yeah, it's just sticking out of the ground. You can probably climb in. Or fly in if you got these.
Like points to its wings.
Mahkah will ask the imp, do you know of any crossings in the area? Of Styx?
No. Perhaps the goblin, the hobgoblin docks. Otherwise, that area down there is, war-torn. Most structures don't last very long.
Is there a way we can get papers for traveling through the Stygian docks?
I cannot risk giving you papers.
Oh, right.
You know of any other
Bribes?
faster way that we could travel?
Only if you can teleport. No. Your means, your route must be of your own.
Road trip.
Oh, all you know is it's in this wreckage.
Yes. My spies saw it being taken in there.
All right. Helpful.
Alright, so again, back to the party. So we're doing this, a heist for the century.
I think we must.
Go team.
I guess it's a deal then.
Excellent. My soldiers will lead you back to the surface.
On the way out, Mahkah just wants to observe if he recognizes any harvesting of any kind.
Ooh.
He just wants to.
You don't see any evidence of harvesting or anything like that.
Okay.
The only thing you see again is these large carts. Another group of devils push past you with these large carts full of these crystals, these golden crystals.
We have an escort, right? Like someone's with us.
Yes.
Ethel would like to ask what the crystals are. Just like as one rolls past.
I can't remember it. Do you speak Infernal?
No, I don't think so. So
It
probably
just looks at you and
common.
cocks its head.
I'm wondering if these are the things that Bogey was talking about delivering.
Ethel, I'll translate for Ethel.
Yeah, you do remember that Bugsy is delivering these crystals from the Malkazidian crystals from the Dispatrian Mountains. This devil explains briefly.
They mix them with those turtle eggs to make that drug. Down in the depths of the volcano, further down.
It is very disturbing.
All right.
Oh, I think Mahkah, you're muted.
Oh, are you speaking, Martha?
Nah, I'm not.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
Okay.
Poor turtle.
Just contemplating.
I'll just pat him on the back and be like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
We can kill him later.
Okay. So you head back up through these winding passageways and these smoking corridors and back up to the fortress. This big cavernous area at the top, and these Meragon soldiers lead you back out and back to the sort of car park area where you can get back in your golden doom without too much trouble. What do you do next?
How are the slimes doing? Undisturbed?
They're kind of like, yeah, like lying back. One of them's giving another one like a massage.
No, guys, stop it. Not gonna leave you alone in here anymore.
Don't make Ethel have to clean up the dune again.
Ethel will also give Mahkah a little pat on the back once we've reached the interior of the Golden Doom. Just be like, it cannot be easy
Thanks.
to literally make a deal with the devil.
Yeah, that's why he was quiet a fair bit. He didn't want to say anything. He was just biting his tongue.
Oh, gosh.
Well, good news is, or at least some good news, if we fail and get captured, we can immediately rat out Belle for our lives.
But we do not get psychomorphical.
Well, I mean, if we get captured, I feel like there's not a whole lot of options we're gonna have.
That's true.
Should we head directly there, or is there somewhere else on the map that we should? Because
Well, yes, maybe we can get the Zemnidian.
yeah, because Mordenkainen's tower is up there.
Yeah, let's see if he has anything that he needs to get done and is near like the south side of the map.
So checking. Like, hey, we're headed that way. Anything we can pick up for you while we're down there? And he's like, oh, I actually want you to go like to the other side. And we're like, no, actually, we're going this way. Pick something on this side of the road.
Yes, I need you to go to the Demon Zapper to see if you can recruit that the creature that's trapped there.
Not bad.
Why don't we, when you leave this area, let's, if next time you have a long rest, you can level to 11.
Ooh. That means it's gonna be hard.
What? No.
I don't even remember what I put in for 11. Like, I don't remember what I did.
I also was kind of like very concerned that there was a battle map all of a sudden. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
we have to fight for our lives here. That's why we level up.
I was like,
I thought a couple of you might be pretty fucking angry with Belle, so I thought
Yeah.
like something might go down here.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I
It
think
will.
there was a few, but I think we're just timing it.
We'll deal with him after we get the thing from him because it's counterintuitive. Because if we kill him, what do we do then?
Yeah. Just because he said it wasn't made yet. He just said he had the parts to it. Like, you know, it's like, oh, we need you.
So, what shift are we technically on right now?
I'll say probably by now shift 2.
Okay. Do we want to take a long rest early just to get the level up?
You probably feel Lula's like, I don't feel comfortable resting right here.
Alright, no, that's fine. Alright, do we want to... Probably should try to talk with Mordenkainen first before we talk with Oh my god, you're right. The other one.
Yeah, I know, the other one. I was like, I feel like I got it in my head and then it comes out my mouth wrong.
Yeah,
so
the
maybe
closer one.
head disward.
Okay. So I'll take us out of here without having to do anything. So 1, 2. Oh, hold on. 1, 2. I believe once you make it to there, the Golden Doom runs out of soul juice.
Ah,
No.
pump the souls.
I'll be back
Alright.
in just a moment.
So another 48 points, and just make sure you do pump the soul.
Yeah, wait, 48 points, sorry?
It gives you 48. You don't need to worry about that. It just gives you 48 points of soul juice.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you were like 48, like kind of like acres. Like what the?
Yeah.
And I think they. Oh yeah, the soul coin is in the bag of holding.
Yep, got
Nice. Okay. And so you're able to continue along. So that's another 2 Ickers. Well, actually, which way do you want to head? There's no reason why we have to like treat these strange roots of this volcano as real things.
So I guess we're heading towards more like for now.
Maybe we do.
Follow the river
Yeah.
Styx around.
Yeah, follow the river Styx. So like
Okay.
directly north to the river Styx and to follow that?
Yeah.
I'll say this would be a big mountain, so these are probably big like rock formations. You know, this volcano is semi-active, and there's like lava bubbling down it, occasionally forming new formations. So yeah, we'll come down to here, and then we can sort of move up here another 2 points. And I'll take us into this hex here. Okay. And let's start this shift. Yeah, let's kind of start this shift officially here. So do you just want to keep traveling? Or what do you want to do? Set up the tiny hut and level?
Why don't we we're kind of in the middle of nowhere here. Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm okay with keeping on moving and then leveling
Yeah,
maybe
bit away.
closer to the tower.
Yep.
Yeah, a couple shifts.
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
Very good, very good.
Okay, so Mahkah, give me at least to sort of get back to this river, give me a navigation check. And 21, I'm sure will be fine. Let me just see what this area is. Yeah, just more badlands, more wastelands, just this endless desert of hardened clay and some kind of split, cracked regions and just lots of sand and rocks. And you're able to navigate successfully, and you can make it up to the river. So like to here, so another 3 points.
3 points.
And you don't encounter anything. And there's no dust storms or acid rain. I wish there'd been acid rain after that. That would have been ridiculous.
Well, guess we'll die.
Can we see this thing across the river? Sorry.
This thing right here is as far as you can tell, just a sort of a flourish, like a decoration on the map. I don't know if flourish is the right term there, but yeah, just a decorative thing on the map. You don't know if it like represents some sort of battle that happened long ago. You don't know, but you don't. I mean, you can't really see across the river Styx anyway, but you don't see anything kind of looming from out of the mist in the distance or anything like that. So you can continue along this river. Another, we'll say, 3 points to about here. And
so, following the river, I'll just also jump into a centaur position.
Okay, cool. So we'll go, because we've done
Sentinel.
like probably, we'll say we can go through like at least another hex. 2, 3, 4, 5, another 5 points in this direction. And actually, maybe I'll take you 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll take you around to here. So 4 more points. And then you begin to see hills emerge from the from this rocky, deserty environment around you. The terrain becomes a little bit more uneven. And we'll move into the next shift at this point. So we're in shift 3. And it remains hot and dry. Don't need to navigate, so that's fine. And I'll just see if there's anything unusual around here other than the random combat. Oops, I'm just kidding. Or am I?
Apart from the massive creature that's about to storm the beaches.
As you drive along up into this sort of hilly region, you do see some of these bramble bushes around here. You've seen brambles in the past, just these, just thorny, dry bushes, probably growing out of just subsisting on the blood of battles or from acid rain or whatever it is. You also see around here these like, actually around here, as you drive through this area, you see this kind of cloud, but it doesn't look like much, but you see like something in the air, and as you drive closer to this cloud, like you're sort of able to try to navigate around it, but it begins like moving in your direction, and it looks like these tiny flies. Lulu's like, oh no, biting flies, I hate these! And this swarm of like little flies just kind of swarms all around you, like, and like clings to your flesh, like biting into you. And it actually does each of you a little bit of damage. It's almost like a little bit, like a little bit kind of acidic or poisonous or something, although not really. Let me see. Yeah, I'll say this is poison damage. Why not? So Kenway can have a bit of a. There you go. You just get one damage.
Okay. I was just gonna say, can I like in a response kind of like, I'll be back at this. Die, you fuckers!
Yeah. Give me a dex check. to see if you can react quick enough to kill these flies before they can sting you.
Dex.
It's a whole swarm, so it's going to be like fairly difficult. I'll say like DC 19.
Nope.
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 You get 1 poison damage, and you'll like it.
Fine.
Oh, you also see, there's lots of things. There's also something you see kind of further up towards, in some of these hills, you see actually what looks like a small fort of some kind. Actually, perhaps it's this thing here. It looks like, yeah, like a large like stone fort, and you can see some of these little stone houses circling around it. When I say large, it's kind of, you know, it's not like a massive castle or anything. It's just this fort with this low stone wall around it, and you can see these creatures sort of a couple of creatures standing around. It looks like some sort of community. It looks quite defensive as well.
I might go and ask them where they think, how we might talk to Mephistopheles.
Okay, so these creatures, as you approach, they look a lot like Ultus did. They look like this guy. Hold on. These kind of red-skinned, like spiky lizard-like creatures. Oh, you can see that it says half-dragon there. Yeah, you identify this as a half-dragon. You even see this large, like, it looks like a giant sort of stomping around, but it's got like 2 heads and these these like horned heads looking around angrily. It's like wielding this like giant club, like, and it's on the end of a chain, like being held by 2 of these half-dragons. They look like pretty heavily armed. Do you still approach them? You kind of see this as you're getting closer. You can see also like these half-dragons sort of standing around on the battlements of this fort, with these what look like. I always just forget like a random word. Crossbows. Fucking hell.
All the time. Happens all the time. Trust me, I understand.
This gives me pause.
We also want to be careful because we don't know if they might also be allies or individuals that might be in line with what was his name? Archon. Because we don't want to.
That's true.
I think that would fair to, yeah, it might be a good idea just to give them a wide berth. They don't seem welcoming.
Okay.
Let's drive in the opposite direction of that fort.
Well, we have to go we can go around it, but we have the fort is like where we're going.
So okay. So where are you going? Mordenkainen's tower or the Mirror of Mephistar?
Like, the Mirror of Mephistar is closer right now. And it looks like it's that mountain with the 2 little horns.
I thought we were going to Mordenkainen because that's at least where we at least confirmed that he had this before.
Right.
I thought we were gonna maybe just stop at both while we were up here.
Well, at the very least we have to come back.
Yeah.
So because like Mephistopheles resides on like the 8th level of hell, I believe, and then we use the mirrors to contact him because there's like a portal thing. But at least with Mordenkainen, we might actually have a chance to actually speak with him, and actually might have us be able to give it to us, possibly.
Kania
At the very least, we have to.
we can always. Nice.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can always come back.
Yeah, we have to come back through anyway. So on the back way, we can head back to see Mephistopheles.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to continue around towards Mordenkainen's supposed location of his tower. Okay.
Well, you were speaking earlier. Was there something I was getting wrong, or was I kind of like doing?
Who? Me?
Oh yeah, you're speaking up and I didn't hear you. So
I just said you were right. Kenya is the 8th layer of the 9
Okay,
hells.
okay. Sorry, I was just making sure. I thought I was getting scolded for a second. I was like, oh.
Scolded.
Do you think anyone calls him Mordenkainen?
Like.
Oh, MK.
Mordenkainen.
MK.
Okay.
Hey, yo, MK.
What up, Morty?
Morty.
I don't think many people would call him that for long.
You can call him that, but just once.
Well, you may call him that once, and then you can't call anybody anything else ever again.
Okay, so we're starting a new shift, so I'll move us 1 point into this hex here if you're trying to sort of avoid this fort. Maybe where do you want to go here? Northwest or west?
Northwest is fine.
Okay.
And then west.
Alright, so like 1, and then 2, 3, 4. So another 4 acres. And now you drive through this kind of hilly area, but you see now these like mountains looming up all around you. You're unable to go directly through these, but you can sort of follow along. And so you can still do that without navigating. You haven't run into any combat yet. So we'll move another 4 points to here. I'm just trying to scare you, there's no combat.
You're just lulling us into a false sense of security.
It's like, oh look, you talk with Mordenkainen. There's a nice, pleasant conversation spot at the end. Then boom, hit me.
It's gonna serve us tea.
All right, and I guess we'll just keep going because we can move like 3 hexes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here.
Mm-hmm.
And you sort of leave some of this mountain range behind you. But you do see this enormous structure in the Diswood Way. It just looks like a tower of the size that you've never seen before. And you can see, actually, again, like regiments of devils marching to the north in the Diswood Way. In this area, you see like a couple of different like legions of devils moving around this hilly region. Do you do anything?
We'll give them a wide berth. We don't need to bother them for our bullshit.
I've heard those buildings are like... A lot of the bureaucracy of Avernus goes on there. They're like huge office buildings. I've heard them called. I don't know what an office is. They're also like barracks and living areas for devils and full of dungeons. I've never seen inside. It's of course too dangerous, but I hear they're terrible places. And yeah, there's a lot of strange rules and laws in the 9 hells. And a lot of those things are processed in these buildings, I've heard.
Oof. I just keep imaging kind of like sort of like the one of those like lawyer sort of like drama shows with a lot of like imps, barbed or like bearded devils, just in like Sous just running around manically with these like iron tomes or stone tomes or even like flesh skin contracts. It's like, Azarol, where is that kind of a contract we need to sign 2 days ago? I put that on there. Where is it? Sir, I lost it somewhere. What do you mean you lost it?
Lulu kind of chuckles at this, like,
you sound like you've been there. That's exactly what I've heard it's supposed to be like.
but otherwise you can head into here, and we'll just take you to there. I'll say you don't encounter anything else. Just drive through this barren area. There's just bones and, you know, just a couple of more spindly plants and things. This dust storm here is just on the map. It's just a decoration. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as you drive into these mountains. We'll take off another 5 acres and then let's take a 5-minute break. 5 acres, 5 minutes.
Alright.
I'll see you in 5 minutes. So you drive into these mountains, and it's quiet over here, and as you drive into these mountains, it almost feels a little bit cooler. It's like quite refreshing after all of the time that you've spent in Avernus so far. And you're not exactly sure where to go. You have this map, but you feel drawn to sort of head in the direction of this coolness. And Red Ruth advised you to find a cliff face with a symbol on it. A symbol of, I won't test you. A symbol of 2 small circles arranged above and below
I'm sure
a
it's
larger
in
circle. And that you should go there and call out to Mordenkainen to get his attention. And Lulu even says, like, there's something very unusual about this cool wind in this area. I'd say it's definitely magical. And she kind of encourages you to follow this convection current. I don't know if that really makes sense. Anyway, magical convection. And you drive through here for a little while, and without having to make any kind of survival check or anything, you do eventually come across a large cliff face at the end of this sort of narrow kind of canyon that you're able to drive into. And you do find these this symbol of these 2 small circles arranged above and below a larger circle. What do you do?
I'll yell out, Mordenkainen!
Ethel is vibrating with excitement, just sitting there being like, do you think he'll answer?
Do you think you can get your? Do you think he'll let you have your autograph?
Do you think he'll like us?
Okay.
Morty!
Oh, no, don't.
So, after a little while of waiting, sure enough, a man appears, who looks very much like a wizard. A bald man with a goatee, a brown goatee. And he's carrying a long staff. And the staff, in the middle of the staff, has this same symbol on it of these 3 circles. And he's dressed in like a blue tunic and this long dark green cloak. And he's got this white undershirt on and sort of gold cuffs, and he's carrying a sword. He's got these big, like, gold hoop earrings. Says, hello, who are you?
Hi, I'm Ethel.
We are fans.
Fans. Okay, how did you know to call my name here? He looks a little bit concerned, a little bit awkward. A hag.
Yeah, we're friends of the Maggie.
Actually, I think it was Red Ruth.
Ah, Red Roof.
She's the more kind of fortune-telly one.
I mean, we're still friends with
Sisters.
Maggie. Kind of.
It's hard to tell the humans apart.
This wizard is sort of looking back and forth between you as you say this.
But we're not just fans. We are serious academics and also need your help.
I see. I'm very busy. I've been studying the effects of Avernian magic in this area. I don't have much time. What sort of help are you looking for?
We need
we're
another. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just like, we need a Dominion imager. And also, what if you found out about the magic in this area? Yeah, only the first part is
Zemnidian imager. The magic in this area is quite interesting. I don't want you to know about it. I'm concerned about being scooped, of course.
well, of course, but I would never.
You'll know when I publish, just like everyone else.
Wow, a true academic.
What do you want this Zemnidian imager for?
Memory restoration?
Trying to save a city, got swallowed up into hell. You know, the usual.
For good.
Elturel, do you mean?
Yes.
Yep.
We're on a mission.
A mission from God.
I guess God's. Maybe.
Says, oh, I see. Those pesky beings, yes. Well, Zemnidian imager. A very, valuable item. What does that have to do with memory, and how is this going to save, Elturel? I assume that you're talking about Elturel.
So we need to reclaim the information that this, kind of pats Lulu's head. This little creature has, so we can go collect a powerful artifact, so we can use it to stop the plans that Zardos can take in, so we can free the city of Elturel, and hopefully you just have it. I hope so.
Or if you know any other ways to restore memories.
Also would be helpful.
It strikes me that you have had to explain this already many times.
You are not the first person we have come to ask for something of importance. We have a shopping list.
I see. Well, a Zemnidian imager is made from the eye of a beholder. Like I said, very valuable, but I do indeed have one. How were your memories removed?
Device that Maggie has.
Well, that's how they might be restored, but I don't know how they were removed.
Oh, that.
Mordenkainen says, well, this is only a simulacrum of my appearance. I am actually not here. I am within my tower, which is hidden further in these mountains. So I could not take a look at this celestial in this form. Perhaps soon I will move my tower in the Contradistwood way to its usual location, near the Lake of Boiling Blood, if you know it.
Yeah, we went there first.
I do not wish anyone to know about the area I am studying here, for it is quite important to me. But perhaps if you come there, I could take another look at your, what was your name?
Lulu.
Oh, I see. But yes, I could give you a Zemnidian imager, but I wouldn't give it to you for free. I would, it just so happens...
What do you need? Have that bring up a shopping list.
It just so happens that, without wanting to give too much away, some of the strange effects of this area have given me some ideas for some further experiments that I wish to do. But I need a particular item in order to do those experiments. And I have many things on my plate, but perhaps if you would bring me this item, I'd be willing to give you my Zemnidian imager. Sure.
What do you need?
I need a pint of demon blood from a demon lord. To use as a spell component. A specific demon lord, actually.
Oh.
Known as Kostchtchie. Kostchtchie.
Kostchtchie.
Yes. It was a
Where
demon
is-
that was captured by Zariel and imprisoned in a ravine known as Kostchtchie's Moor, appropriately.
I do have a
right
map.
next to the. Yeah, right
Is it
there.
a map?
Oh, you have a map?
Would
I can
he
point to
happen
it on the
know
map.
how to make some slime?
Yes.
Homunculi? What kind of prison did there be?
Some slime, what now? What was the question? I'm sorry.
Oh, no. It's okay.
Oh.
Nothing.
I'm sure whatever it is, I can do it. You get the impression he's
No
like
doubts.
quite arrogant.
Utterly no doubt.
Can you lick your elbow?
Perhaps, but I choose not to.
Not too far.
Okay. No, different guy imprisoned above a ravine. I guess the other one was over a pit. We're good.
Yes, Kostchtchie crushed the 8th Infantry Legion long ago, but was captured by Zariel and imprisoned in that ravine so that he couldn't reform in the abyss. It shouldn't be too hard, I imagine, to extract the blood from him because he is chained up, by all reports. Although you'll have to get past his keepers. Maybe some devils, chained devils, hellhounds or something like that. That's what I hear.
That's probably not going to be anything new for us.
Well, that's good then. Yes, I mean, I could do it myself, but I'd rather not risk angering Zariel. It's to be quite annoying, to be honest. But yes, if you can acquire some blood from this creature, then you should meet me on my island in the Lake of Boiling Blood. I'll be moving my tower there soon, as I said.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Well, speak up. I haven't got all day.
What are you? I guess by your opinions, you don't really care for Zariel herself, right?
Oh, I don't really care one way or the other. I'm just interested in my magic. And, power, of course. Aren't we all?
Well,
Yes.
Ah, you remind me of an enthusiastic student.
If you ever need a research assistant.
Ugh, I gave up using those long ago. More of a pain than
If you ever
anything.
change your mind,
Well, what can you do?
here's a draft of one of my papers.
What are you good at?
Pass over.
Mixing potions? What is this draft? Glances over this draft.
It's a full research of just the lands of Avernus, which nearly no one in the mortal plane has been on. Maps,
I've been on them.
plans, magic. Yes, but has anyone else? What have you published on this?
He yawns. Yes, very interesting, I'm sure.
Also, I have this thing of the slime homunculi. Just like maybe he has seen this.
Now, I really do have other things to do. Do you know you have a
also have this.
monodrone following you
Yeah, I
around?
was gonna say I also have this. I hold up meep. Don't know what. This one's baffling.
Yes, it looks excited to be in your company. It's not a very good reference. Now, it said it wishes to go home and resume its work.
Work on what?
Well,
Just pushing its button?
yeah, it's probably some sort of analogy for a cog. Whatever they do on Mechanus. Well, I mean, I do actually know plenty about what they do in Mechanus, but really, I don't have the time.
Okay, we'll go get the blood for you. It was wonderful to meet you.
Yes, likewise.
Some of you.
Well, good luck with it then. I'll if you do survive, then yes, I'll see you shortly.
I turn to Mahkah. I don't know what she sees in him.
Like, just being like, bye, like, as he, like, leaves, and just, like, very quietly under her breath, she's like, I love you. So quiet.
H2O.
By the way,
Floats.
don't worry about my Yugoloths. I'll tell them not to kill you.
Thank you.
No, I just mean all of you, not you in particular. Sheesh.
We noticed you.
To the tower. We're stuck outside, like fighting our way. It's like, God damn it!
He raises his eyebrow at you, Ethel, as he like the simulacrum like disappears. It's just like. Yes.
Guess we can go back to Kroshek's Maw, since it's like, and then deal with that. Hop back on the thing. Pop over, head to the tower, then slide down all the way to the wrecked flying fortress. Get that cleaned up. Run all the way back up, cross the. I guess we can go back to the and cross the river again. Go back to Bell, get his thing complete, and then go back, pop over to Fort Knucklebone, and hopefully the sword is close.
It's like right outside. It's just like buried like 10 feet underneath some dirt.
It's going to be like where Eltilar's landing. It's going to be like right there.
Yeah.
It's going to be like
It's right underneath the city. It's actually like why the city is there.
Well, Mad Maggie's just like, oh, here it is here in my collection of junk. Shit.
Oh gosh, I thought this was a normal sword that's clearly very magical and powerful.
I thought that was Zariel's other sword.
It'll be well indented into Kenway's forehead of the head slap that we just fucking made it just from that.
Zariel's sword? I thought you meant Zariel's word.
You know what? Actually, knowing how Mad Mackie sort of delights in suffering, that would be her shtick right there.
Oh yeah,
That would
true.
be it.
just to annoy you. Well, I mean, she just does want these components, so. Oh no, but she wouldn't have wanted them had you not. Anyway, whatever.
Well, she would need to like get the original one back, and then we did all this, and that pleased her more other interests. And like, oh, even more reason for them to go out there. This will be perfect.
True.
All right. What? After all this, what shift are we on? Again, I cannot keep track today. Good lord.
Okay, we are in shift. Where am I? Shift. Probably now the beginning of shift 4.
Okay.
As you leave this cool area. I want to say like, you know, something from like a weather reporter, like a cool what would we call like a cool shift or a cool what do I want?
A front?
Yeah, like a cold front.
Cold front.
A cold front? Yeah, that's what I want. Not a convection current. Yeah, what do you do?
Ethel is like still driving, but she's like so excited that's like a little bit reckless, and she's just like, what's my rival's name, Mildred? She's never gonna believe this. My goodness, I'm gonna tell her all about this. She's gonna be so upset. She went to hell.
You know, you could probably message her, no?
I have to craft the perfect message. Give me 2 days. Dear Mildred, it's Ethel. That's 6 of the words.
The rest of the 25 words.
Yeah.
I'm
Mordenkainen.
So should we go back the way we came? Oh wait, and then do we wanna visit Mephistopheles?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. Ethel's got several interests, several hands in the fire.
All right. So back the way we came.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I can grab this bloody thing. Sorry, bear with me. Technical difficulties. I can't remember which thing is which thing.
Troublesome.
Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 there. And then I'll kind of start the shift here. There's only bad weather when you talk about it, I guess.
So, rule of law, don't talk about the weather. It's like Fight Club. Don't speak about the Fight Club, don't speak about the weather.
You just talked about it! I'm gonna reroll. It was a 6. Okay.
What's that mean?
Nothing.
Nothing. Oh.
You rolled 3 times, it's like 6, 6, 6, and like, oh no, wait a minute!
That's definitely something. Okay. So what are we all doing? Assistant, helm, sentinel, Mahkah, give me a navigation check here.
If we're heading along the same way back, do we need to navigate still?
You can search for the tracks that you left.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
You find them automatically if it's within the same hex, which it would be, but you'd have to take an active shift to do that. I mean, in these war machines like this, that particular rule doesn't translate very well because you're basically going to waste as much time as you would if you, like, because you have a compass. If you fail to navigate, you just don't move for that shift. So it's like,
okay.
I don't know if there's any point in doing that.
Just survival.
Okay, 10 definitely fails though. Maybe you should have taken a moment. Well, actually, no. But you could get you could get some bad weather. Okay, we move into shift 5. It's a 2. That was a 2. Ooh, nearly got a random encounter as well. I shouldn't tell you that, but nearly. Okay. Yeah, so you get a little bit lost, but Mahkah, you pull out your planar compass and you realize that you're kind of heading slightly off course. You stop and sort of reorient yourselves, look at your map. And you can continue on from shift 5, but you've only got 2 shifts left.
Okay, so that means it's a long rest time.
Leveling time.
Is that right?
Ooh,
Level up. Level up.
Long rest?
Rest.
Okay,
But let's gain no power.
Let's just do the long rest properly, though. Give me a 1, 2, or a 3. And how are you taking the long rest?
Tiny hut.
Okay, tiny hut.
And before I sleep, I will message Mildred and just say pretty much exactly that. Hi, Mildred. It's Ethel. I'm at Mordenkainen. Just like.
Actually, I just realized there's no point in doing this because I already told you there's no random encounter. But Ethel, you just get the response. I hate you. But yeah, everyone can take a long rest and let's level up. So I will. Actually, you don't need to do anything.
Yeah.
I'll just quickly level us all up.
Guys, I've thought about a horrible plan. So it's like Mephistopheles, right? If he also has access to an imager, we could leverage what we know about Mordenkainen's academic research and then put them against each other.
Never trust an academic. Never.
Yeah, that's
Maybe.
Actually,
Wait,
no, Ethel would never betray.
Ethel, did you level up Ethel? I mean, Reagan, did you level up Ethel?
I am. No, I'm just kidding. The only thing that I had to do, I think, was get 2 more spells. So I sent you that I was getting True Seeing and Hold Monster, and that was it. There is no other changes.
Oh, because you'll get like hit points and various other things.
Oh yeah.
Because it's not drawing in your level 11
Yeah.
characters.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let me fix that 1 second.
But Jean Lemore, did we add anything to your inventory? Because yours is just a little bit different because we make it in Foundry. I think we did. We gave you something.
The whip? No, I got the whip.
You got the whip. Maybe we did.
Maybe. Oh, no, we got the orb.
Maybe we didn't. Maybe it's all fine. Okay. So I will give you access to new Jean Lemore. Alina, you should have Alina. I mean, Steph, you should have Alina. I don't know who you all are.
Who are we really? Am I Ethel? Am I a really old lady?
Oh my.
Who's academically inclined?
Okay, Anna, you should. Oh, you can already see
Yep.
that Jean Lemore. I think you need to also release. Oh, it did it automatically. Okay. Tell me if you have any problems.
Oh, we had a long rest, didn't we? I'm gonna put my hit points back up.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, I fixed mine as well.
Okay, nice. And then Kenway.
Sorry, I forgot. I was like, I don't get anything exciting this level except for more spells, which is always exciting.
That's alright. And Mahkah.
Yeah. Reach triple-digit health.
Tier 3, baby!
Oh my god.
You can also intune to 5 items now? 5 items? I can't remember. I'll have to have a look.
I have to say, it's a new record for myself as a D&D character.
Never been to a level 11?
Never been to level... Yes, that's
Nice.
correct.
Awesome. And you'll never make it past level 11 either. Okay, sweet. You should all be leveled up now, so yeah, just let me know if you have any problems, and I won't know how to fix them either.
Also, some like good news for, I guess, when it comes to like saving throws, at least the food-wise, because now we might want to delete one of the extra attack features that I get because those don't stack.
Okay.
But there is the.
Oh, did it actually like add it and I've added it or something?
It just lists. I think it just lists like extra attack.
Oh, like in the features.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where? Oh yeah. Now anyone that makes a saving throw within 10 feet of Kensei Kenway can get a +2 to their to their saving throws.
Hey.
Nice.
Hey.
Oh yeah, extra attack.
So yeah, if you're like right around Lulu and us, you're pretty decent when it comes to spell saving throws, depending.
Nice.
Which is also could be bad news because that means there's a lot of people that are in one specific area, which is not good if a fireball happens. I mean, it's good, but also not.
All right, but it's shift 1 and you're all feeling very hungry again. Can anyone fail if it's DC 6? I'm thinking tier 3. Why not drop the DC again? I mean, like, what? Like, who cares? Actually, I shouldn't do it with knowledge of that anyway. So we'll say it is now DC 6.
I did it today. I'm proud of me.
Oh yeah, you still definitely.
Technically, you still don't fail because you have a +2 for my charisma.
Wait.
I mean,
Wait, what do you mean?
didn't I puke? I puked.
Well,
No, but
because you
you
got
have-
the
Did you already add Kensei's?
protection.
No.
Aura of protection.
just assumed I
Wait,
puked.
is that the thing you were just talking about?
Yes.
Oh, so it's
It's any saving throw.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Wow. Nice. So just
As
your
long as
presence makes people feel better about this food.
Yeah, I am so resilient. Other people feel resilient around me.
Is that so now? Surely. Oh no. Because you could still get like a 2 or a 3.
Yeah, like 1 or 2 for like
1,
I think
2, or 3.
Ethel and Alina would be cause
Yeah.
for concern.
Ethel's only got
However, I think
plus
with
1.
I think with JL, like I think it's impossible for you to fail now.
Oh.
Because it's a +5 modifier.
Oh. No, wait, I'm a +3.
Yeah, you could get 1.
Am I a
then you-
+3 or a +2?
Oh no, because it's plus. Oh yeah. Yeah, if you got a
because
1.
you get a +2 from me from any saving throw.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Ah!
So yeah,
I
it's
get a
a
+1 from my Luckstone.
yep. So the only people that now
Oh,
have
yeah.
a chance to still fail it is Ethel or Alina.
Woo!
Actually, no, wait, because of the math. Alina now is a +5 modifier, so even at 1 with the DC 6.
Woo!
So Ethel's the
So
only
Ethel's
one
the only one.
Ethel just really, she's lived for so long. She's eaten so much good food. She just really can't handle it.
It's been spoiled. Okay. All right. I'll roll for the new day. Okay, you can sort of climb out of the tiny hut, and actually, this is probably a really dangerous place to sleep, but you can hear the sound of marching through the night.
just camping right in front of like the gates to the kind of like a whole platoon or no, like a whole army. Yeah,
Maybe
this is
you
great.
kind of position the tiny hut like among some rocks or something. And yeah, other than the sound of marching and the hot winds, you can no longer feel that breeze, that cold front from the mountains. You don't see or hear anything otherwise. So what do you want to do? Travel shift?
Let's go.
All right.
Mark will like to use his map of shortcuts to see if he can speed up the journey.
Sweet. So perception check, and you need DC 20. Ooh, okay. So yeah, you reach in there, you're unable to find the magic map that you were hoping for, but give me a survival check anyway. And I think it'll be 19. Let me just check in this kind of hilly area. Yeah, that's fine. Yep, you feel pretty confident. So you're able to head back in this direction. You can sort of avoid these troops and head down here along this range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down to here. And 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 over to here. And we'll go 14 and move into here. 15, 16, 17, 18. We'll say it's 18 in total because to sort of head into this mountainous area. What did I say? 18?
18.
18. Okay, so the Golden Doom runs out again.
Soul coin?
So just a quick question: was it the DC for the map? Was that increased because we're in Avernus?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
the magic of Avernus makes it harder to.
I couldn't remember what we said last time.
Yep.
Yep. Easy.
Okay. So you head into this region, and you were told...
Yes, I remember this. To place your hand on the stone.
Was it?
To look into the mirror. I think there was a mirrored slab, an ice slab.
Oh yeah, a giant slab of ice that you're looking for as well. So I guess maybe this experience would actually be strangely similar in that it becomes, there's a bit of a cold front here as well. You have to drive around for a little bit, but I'll say that Red Ruth, kind of like marked this area pretty carefully on the map. And so you're able to, Mahkah, you're able to use your compass and kind of navigate in this direction and also follow this cold front. You have a bit of deja vu, but you search around, and eventually you do find this craggy ravine. And as you drive, well, let me see. You would at some point along here have to get out of your vehicle, and walk. So you kind of lock the vehicle, take the keys, and you head through here. You kind of search around. You find this ravine, and as you walk into this ravine, you see actually snow on the ground, and there's like icy stalactites clinging to some of the rocks here, and this very cold wind. This is way colder than it was when you met Mordenkainen. It almost feels like you've walked somehow around a corner onto a different planet. And as you walk along this ravine, you kind of hear it kind of gets icier and colder, and you can hear some of this ice as it increases along the rocks, kind of creaking as you walk. And you keep an eye out. You don't see anything on either side of this, on either of these rocky, icy structures on either side of you. And sure enough, you come to this giant slab of ice that's wedged at the end of this ravine. And you approach this slab of ice, and as Mahkah recalled, it looks initially like some kind of mirror, but as you get closer to it, you can see something through this mirror on the other side. It's almost more of a window than a mirror. You can see yourselves approaching it, but you can also see this glacial landscape through it, draped in snow.
I'm not gonna lie, the background sound effects had me worried because I thought someone was walking around behind me, and I was like, "What's going on?" Because I heard the little tapping sound, so I was like, so I thought there was something going on behind me. I was like, "What's going on?" It's just it's very confused.
I guess it had the intended effect then.
Do our reflections actually reflect us in the present? I'm just curious.
As far as you can
versions
tell.
Of ours?
I like that idea though, but yeah, as far as you can tell.
Yeah.
You keep getting very good ideas, but
but as you get closer to this, oh sorry, go ahead.
No. I do nothing.
Hands in pockets.
I spit my drink out. No, I do nothing. Please don't hurt me.
Well, I was just going to say that as you get closer, to this mirror and this window, whatever it is, you can see also in this landscape through this window that there is this huge black rocky tower in the distance. Lulu's like, that must be the tower of Mephistar.
Oh, it must be in the right place. I don't know whether to be excited or other.
But we're very far from the tower.
It's some way off in the distance, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, quite far away from it.
I'm gonna be like, Mephistopheles.
And after you say that, you hear this kind of echo off these icy rock walls, cliffs around you. And it eventually falls silent again, but then you see something move through this window, through the mirror of Mephistar. And you see something approaching from this tower in the sky. It looks like it's flying towards you. And as it gets closer, you see that it actually reminds you, in particular Alina, you remember seeing a creature that looks like this, that killed your sister. And this looks like a bright red-skinned tiefling, but it is winged, has this long tail, and it's wearing this very elaborate steel armor, carrying this big staff. And it flies to the mirror and lands in front of the mirror. Who calls through the mirror? It says this in, it would be Infernal.
Kensei, you might want to take this one because I might piss it off.
People that are looking to bargain possibly with Mephistopheles.
What bargain?
Oh fuck, what was it called again? The Zemidian Imager.
And what would you do with such an imager?
Image. Sorry, I don't know. Sorry, that's Infernal. I don't know what's going on.
Use it to kind of like further our own goals.
That checks out. How did you know to come here to the mirror of Mephistar?
A hag.
That checks out.
I want to just picture he's like holding like a clipboard and parchment. Like, your reason? Checks out.
Yeah.
How? Checks out.
Reason? Yeah. Yeah, we can say it's like holding a checkboard. Names.
Kenway.
Sex. Oh.
Version sex.
So again, it's in Infernal. Should I say?
Kensei Kenway with the group of the Hessian Sax.
The what? The what sax?
Hessian.
Hessian. Do you mean like burlap?
Burlap or
Same but different.
Well, one
Same.
would call it a burlap.
Are they really the same? I didn't really. Yeah, so, yeah, I suppose they are.
It's semantics at this point. But
Yes, no, you're right. Yes, sorry.
Yes.
Pretty boring around here. I'll be right back. Lifts off into the air again and flies away.
At this point, we just hear.
It seems like we're some sort of music group. Kensei Kenway and the Hessian Sax.
Lulu lands on the ground and kind of walks up and like taps her trunk against the mirror.
Does it do anything?
You're okay, Lulu?
I was just curious.
I'm gonna touch it too.
It just feels like you're touching ice.
It's cold, isn't it?
Can I like poke my head close and kind of like cover my eyes, trying to see if maybe there's like an alternate illusion, sort of like how you like see like a trick mirror or like a reflective mirror to see if there's anything on the other side. Just
give me a perception check.
Sure. Perception. Oh my god!
Wow.
You don't see anything like that. You think this is, you don't know exactly how this works, but yeah, I mean, it just, some kind of two-way mirror.
Can I warm it with my breath and rub it?
As you exhale on it, it just forms these little ice crystals on the mirror. It's very cold.
I will say it's very much better than like dealing with the warmth of this layer. Just like I'm rubbing it, trying to kind of keep the rest of myself cool, but keep my hands on it. Just like
Yeah, Lulu like walks up and like kind of like walks along, like kind of leans on it, leans her side on it. She's like, yeah, it's nice.
honestly, if you get some shavings off of this, you might be able to make some very good snow cones.
Ooh.
Is the area? You said the air is also like cool here in a similar manner.
Yeah, there's like snow on the ground.
Can I like cast just like a cantrip, just like a mage hand? Just does it do anything? Mordenkainen just said magic was odd, you know, or had some sort of effect. So I just wanted to see if it seems any different than normal.
Who said that it was odd? Sorry.
Didn't Mordenkainen say that the magic in the cool area was, he was at least researching the effect that it had, which implied to me that it had an effect, you know?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. So you cast this spell. What spell was it? Sorry.
I was just saying just like a cantrip, just like mage hand or something, just to see if it.
Yeah, you don't experience any. You don't feel anything different or like struggle with it in any way. The mage hand kind of comes out as it always would. It seems normal.
Interesting.
But after waiting for a little while, again this Cambion, you recognize this as a Cambion, lands before the mirror. It just so happens that we may have what you seek.
But
Mephistopheles would be willing to give you Zemnity and Imager, but you would need to do something for him.
all right, pulls out shopping list. What do you need?
A portion of the river Styx was diverted such that it flows into the pit of Shumrath. Do you know of it?
Yep.
Well, we are interested in preventing that from occurring. We would like someone to dam the flow of the river Styx to prevent it from flowing into the slime-filled chasm of the pit of Shumrath. We can give
Why?
you... Why? That is... It is not important that you should know that.
Kensei, like, do we care?
I mean, remember the screaming? What was in there?
Yeah. Do we care? Point is to get the fuck out of here.
Anyway, you were saying.
Well, I can give you what we call shatter sticks. They will allow you to create an explosion.
Ooh.
Which will dam the tributary. It should be easy work. Do that, and we will give you the Zemnity and Imager. We can pass through some objects through the mirror of Mephistar, but it is not so easy for a creature to move through it. We would need permission.
So what exactly are we blowing up to dam it? Is just like a canyon, a building?
Anywhere along the dam that will cause a blockage. We leave that to you.
Where is the dam?
That'd be like would that be like somewhere like right along this like river piece? Like,
Yeah, maybe this tributary.
Oh, I see.
Alright.
Hmm.
Hold on. Alright, let me confer with my colleagues because they can't speak our language.
As you like.
Alright, I turn back to the group. Alright, so Mephistopheles, in exchange for the Zeminian imager, wants to dam the river Styx that's flowing into the pit of Sharmoth, or the pit here. And I request Mahkah's map and show him where the pit is. Personally, I think it would be I'm more in favor of doing more Mordenkaisen's quest for it than this arrangement here.
Can we just be prepared for both?
I say. Yeah, sorry.
No, I was just saying, just take the Styx and then also go to the Maw first and see if can it be possible?
Yes, if we take these sticks, we do not necessarily have to do this damming work. I mean, use them as explosives.
I kind of like turn back to the camping. What else is involved with the sticks and damming? Is there anything else that's going to be accompanying us? Any other red tape?
Red tape? Yes, we would need an agreement that you will do this task and that you will not speak of it.
Yeah, no. Not in Infernal, I just say in common, just like turn back. Yeah, okay, so there's going to be something we're going to have to sign. And we have already seen that signing an agreement, such as this in kind of like the clans, is pretty much not a good thing. I think we can all agree on.
Let's stick with plan A. Pint of blood extraction. I don't want to give too much away. Oh, look, Ethel. There won't be no more little green guys.
What?
If we blow it up.
Correct. This is a disaster. We must leave.
I mean, that's true, actually. Now that I think about it, they might have, I guess maybe the pit might dry up from the river Styx being dammed. Because I guess we don't know what's actually like in there apart from like this, the river partially of it anyway.
Can we see this contract first and read it? I want to read it.
Do you say that
Yes.
to the champion?
Yeah.
We do things a little different here in Kenya. There is no contract, it is a spoken agreement. But we would have you drink some melted ice. The melted ice of Kenya.
Yeah, I kind of looking back to the group. Yeah, no, apparently they want us to drink the ice in Kenya as a more verbal agreement.
It is harmless. He kind of speaks to you as you're like turning away. Just in case you're worried. There is nothing to worry about.
Harmless or like, I guess I can't understand him. But just, they want us to drink the ice. Does that have an effect or is it just symbolic?
Is it symbolic or does it have an effect? Translating for Ethel.
It will give Mephistopheles some information about your whereabouts. In case you decide not to follow through, or you speak of the agreement to anyone.
I turn back to the group. Yeah, I don't trust us. I'd rather, like Mahkah said, I'd rather just go with plan A.
We can always come back if we need.
Yeah.
Can you ask Kenway if it is like this ice and just gesture to the ice around like the mirror, or if he has to give us some?
What's it? Turn back, kind of like, is it this ice in particular, or do you have to give us ice on your end of the place?
I will pass some ice through to you. It is ice of Kenya. The ice on your side is simply formed by the cold of the mirror.
He has to pass through ice over onto our side. Again, I don't understand.
Sorry. I was just thinking about how interesting it would be to be able to study some of this ice, but we can move on. Yeah, I think plan A is good for now.
Alright.
There is no need to fear. We simply wish to ensure that you do not speak of this task to anyone. I can promise you that.
No, it is not that we do not trust you. It is that I am a massive blabbermouth.
To be fair, you are speaking to a couple people that tend to kind of like have a hard time keeping secrets. So
secret? What is a secret?
We know so many.
I see.
See, that's the problem.
Perhaps you are not the individuals to do this task then, after all.
I realize I may have screwed our plan to come back if needed. This was not smart.
Well, on the more, if it's any consideration, now this has given us more motivation to make sure that we get the
Yes. It was for that purpose.
Maybe just thank them for their time.
Oh, yes.
Consider it.
Thank you for your time. If we need to, we'll contact you for a later date to see if we can make this agreement more doable for our purposes. Thank you so much.
No, have a terrible day. Have a terrible day.
He lowers the clipboard to his side, and he's just like, you too. Flies away.
Seems like that guy was like paid minimum wage, you know?
I feel like this guy's like, oh look, another person to kind of like speak to mental philosophies. Oh man, I was hoping to have another 100 years with peace. See what they want.
Just waiting for the next group of adventurers to come through.
Yeah, this happens so frequently, like once every 100 years. Getting sick of it. Might as well just stay here.
Does a guy ever get a break around here? That's happened 50 years ago.
All right.
Onward to the mall.
Kostchtcheese.
To the mall. I thought you said to the mall.
Come to the mall.
Okay. You're not that far away. All right.
Surprisingly, thankfully.
So I'll say this is the beginning of shift 3.
How long have we been traveling around Avernus for in game time? Like it's been like a month?
Let me see.
I think wasn't it like last time we stopped in with Mad Maggie, it was like we've been in here for like around like 18 or 19 days, or it was like outside it was been 19 or 18 days or something like that.
Yeah, so you arrived. So day 37 was when you reached Fort Knucklebone for the first time after leaving Elturel. And it is now probably day, what, because you just had a long rest, so day 57, I think. What did I say? 37? So
20 days?
20 days roaming around Avernus itself, yeah.
You're gonna come back and a year has passed. Or something like that, or a long ass time has passed.
Yeah. So it's like 3 times.
So it's 6. Oh, about like 3 months ish, roughly. No, 2 months. No.
It's confusing as well because they use 10 days.
Yeah. So.
But that's like nearly 3 weeks. So like 9 weeks. So like, yeah, just a little over 2 months.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Should we speaking of, should we inform
I was just about to ask if anyone had any questions for her, because presumably they would be able to get more research done in the time, like, because there's the time differential, so they have 3 days for every 1 day, right?
Yes.
So would they have discovered anything interesting? She'd probably have told us, right?
Maybe like Kostchtchie, maybe the demon lord we're trying to go to, maybe if they have any information about him, or I guess like updater that we freed a couple of like celestial creatures and a Tao. Like, hey, we're at least adding people. We're doing at least something around here.
Okay, yeah, I'll use the sending stone to contact Sylvira and say that I'll ask if she knows anything about Kostchtchie?
Kostchtchie.
Kostchtchie. All such normal names. And tell her that we released Uldrak and was it Mooncolor?
Mooncolor.
Mooncolor. And also just ask how's it going?
How's it going?
Just any progress up there? What you doing up there?
So maybe say Mordenkainen.
Oh yeah, Mordenkainen was definitely at the end of that. Just like also for Mordenkainen.
So what are you asking her? Other than like, how are you and here's what we've been doing?
If she knows anything about Kostchtchie, normal Armenian name,
the creature,
the demon.
The demon we're gonna go see.
Kostchtchie.
Let me see. I'm trying to think, because also she doesn't have that many words. You know, she kind of says like, yes, good going. Sounds like you're making progress. She says, Kostchtchie defeated by Zariel, who took his hammer, Matalotok, and chained him at the bottom of a chasm. That's all she says. She doesn't have enough words to reply to the sup part of the message.
Well, she has a lot of days to respond back in the future.
Yeah. We'll check in tomorrow for her, which is like, for us, what, 8 hours from now?
Or like half a ship, or like half of two ships, I guess.
2 ships, and then we can check in again.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll just, as we drive along, she can, we can imagine that she gives you some more information. She says she hasn't made much more progress on her end. Maybe she hears that the court case is that Zariel is... She hears Zariel is currently testifying on Mechanus, and fears that the verdict approaches quickly. And perhaps on another day, she can also tell you... I'm trying to think if there's anything more about Kostchtchie. There's probably not anything else that she... I don't know, the warhammer was forged by the frost giant god Thrym, Matalotok. Zariel now wields it. Yeah. He's known also as the Prince of Wrath, and he's a demon lord and a patron of frost giants and rage from the Iron Wastes.
I was like a stand-up guy.
Okay. So traveling?
Mm-hmm.
Traveling.
Okay.
Traveling.
I'll just assume that we're kind of going down here. 1, 2, 3, 4 points. And maybe here, Mahkah, if you want to give me a nature check. This is for shift 3. Hopefully I haven't lost
Survival?
track. Survival check, sorry. $23 will be fine. Okay. And I guess we can just kind of take the fastest route there. There's no combat, but I will just see if there's anything else unusual in this area. So as you drive down here, you can see this enormous volcano far in the distance, belching smoke and ash into the atmosphere, into the red skies, making it even darker than usual. Even as far away as it is, you can see it. And you can also see in the sort of, to your northeast, another one of these large structures among the mountains. And you drive down here through this area full of dead trees, and you actually drive through this patch of, there are just actually these hellboars, these kind of large boars with like spikes on their backs, just sort of roaming freely around here, sort of snuffling around in the ground, like looking for, you don't know what, maybe some sort of Avernian poisonous grubs or something. And not much other than that. Do you want to do anything in particular as you drive down here?
I don't really see a need to.
No.
Okay. So otherwise you can continue on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll say that's sufficient. So just another 5 acres. And soon enough, you see this huge chasm before you. Just gaping between these large hills around here. And it's as I mentioned, especially dark here. The ash of Bell's volcano is just really filling the sky. And as you approach this chasm, you can hear this strange sound. It sounds like the bellowing of some monstrous creature. And as you reach this chasm and look down, you can hear it echoing out from the chasm. You don't see the creature, though, as you look down in here. But this chasm descends probably 500 feet or so. And you can see, it looks like down below there are some caves and things, and especially from where you are, actually from where you've approached it, you can see one opening in particular that looks like it's been reinforced by stone, like a devil-made stone structure, like a big arch, an archway leading into some dark tunnel or something like that. You can see that far below.
Does it look like there's a path down onto that plateau?
You can't see any path down, but looking around you can see that it would be climbable. There look like there's some handholds and footholds and things, but it's very steep and it would be treacherous.
And how far down would the plateau be where this entrance to where
about
was it?
500 feet down.
Oh, all the way down. I thought it was tiered down.
Oh no, yeah,
Like
sorry,
this
it's just, yeah, no, it's just like down at the bottom.
A straight drop. Oh wow.
This is meant to be a prison. Is there any guards around here? Do we see anything like that?
You don't see anyone around, but you just hear this like
Mahkah will just make his way over to Alina. Alina.
Blowing some fist bumps.
Vigilant blessing. Just
You
in
think,
case.
yeah? Perfect.
Just in case. His Torm senses are tingling.
Is that code for something?
Adrian, I got True Sight when we leveled up, but one of the components is like an ointment that costs 25 gold. Are you gonna make me have the ointment or just spend the 25 gold? Like, do I have to go somewhere to buy ointment?
You have to buy the ointment, I'm afraid.
Okay,
I'm
well,
that kind of GM. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. That makes sense. I can't just get ointment from nowhere. Darn, that would be real helpful right now. Should have asked Mordenkainen for some ointment. That would have been a fun conversation.
What's the range on your eye, Ethel? That's
yeah. It is. It can just travel anywhere for an hour, I think. Just so I don't know what speed. Technically, as an action, it can move 30 feet. So every 6 seconds, it can move 30 feet for an hour. So I can probably get down and do some good exploring down there.
or maybe also on the way back up, have a look to see if there's any safer options to get down, like footholds and.
Yeah. That's a good idea. I will cast Arcane Eye and send it down there to see if I can find the source of the roaring noise. Just try to get eyes on that. And then while it's heading down and also, looking around if it sees some secret stairs in the wall, Maybe a slide.
What?
Slide.
In case of emergency, pull here. Just
A little shoot.
Okay. In saying that, in thinking about that stairs, we've got a few flyers now. Like when we came down from. So might not be too bad. Featherfall.
I would have to take a nap if we wanted to do Featherfall. Remember how we learned how to prepare our spells? I would need to.
Yes.
Okay, give me a perception check, Ethel, to see if you can identify a sort of a safe way to climb down.
23.
Although you don't see a slide or any stairs, you can identify after briefly sort of moving this eye around and looking through it, you just see it in your mind, don't you? There are a couple of locations that you think might be a little bit safer to travel down.
Okay.
And you can otherwise move this eye onwards down into the chasm, and towards there's some of these caves around. They just do you investigate the caves or do you go straight for the arch?
I think it depends on how long it takes for me to get down there, because if I had a good part of the hour, I would look through the caves, but I want to get eyes on the roaring guy.
Okay. 30 feet in every, I don't know, the maths.
I think
we'll say that
it wouldn't actually take that long to get down there. Yeah.
We'll say the eye can kind of glide past one of these caves on the way down. It doesn't see any movement in the cave without going into it, but otherwise can head down to this arch. It just looks, from what it can tell, like a sort of a shallow, shadowy cave. You don't get any more information than that. But otherwise the eye can head down to this arch and fly into the arch. And it's even darker in there. But you can see it kind of travels along this passage and it comes out into this large cavern. And the cavern has another slope downwards. This one looks a little bit easier to climb down, this sort of rocky slope that maybe only goes down like 10 feet or something. And at the bottom of this cavern is what looks like a huge tar pit, like a pit of tar. There are these sort of rough, like stone walkways around this pit, and there are more caves in here, in this dark chamber. And in the center of the tar pit, you see what you imagine is probably Kostchtchie. This actually rather squat hill giant with short bandy legs and a grossly shaped bald head that is chained by these enormous iron chains with its arms behind its back to this large stone that is like jutting out of the ground in the, like near the center of this pit. And periodically you can see, but still hear with Ethel's ears from at the top of the chasm, this thing like screaming out in rage.
How wide is this mall as well?
This
opening.
Oh, like the chasm that you're looking down is like you can't see the end. It's very it's huge.
It's 500. And what about the width across the opening as well?
Maybe that would be like
30, 50 feet.
More like maybe another couple of 100 feet across. You can see the other side of it, but it's a long way away.
Oh wow. Okay.
Does the eye see any other creatures besides, the giant yelling giant?
Not from where it's hovering, just having just emerged from this passage. Do you move it around further?
Yeah. I want to get as good of an idea on the cavern that he's in as I can.
Okay. Let me just see something. Okay. So where do you fly this eye?
You said it's like a cavern and he's chained in the middle?
Yeah, he's chained in the middle of this big pit of tar, and then there appear to be caves around this kind of stone walkway around that circle around. It's like a circular cavern. You could kind of walk along here and like look down on him in the middle of this cavern, in this pit.
I'd like to look into some of the caves on the sides. See if there's anything in there.
Okay, as the eye flies across this cavern, you see Kostchtchie's head like snap over towards the eye. And he stops, he's like, and then he like yells something out, and you have successfully recognized Giant before. And you hear him yell something in Giant. You can even hear this like from where you're standing, like all of you can. It's like, it sounds a little bit different, it's got a different sort of tone to it. It's like, and as the eye continues to move, Kostchtchie follows it with his head, like he can see this eye.
Do you think that the
Stamps
eye
his
has
foot.
an eyelid that I can wink at him with?
Would that be a wink or a blink at that point?
Well, if it's only one eye, I guess it's both. But
sure. I guess it looks as you wish it to.
It's a horrifying, disembodied eye with its own eyelid. That's terrifying.
It just stamps its feet again. Oh, like throwing a tantrum. Oh, like it gets like really worked up.
I think Ethel has now seen him, right? Through the eye.
Yes.
So I think I'd like to send him a message in probably just in common, because technically I don't speak giant. So
okay.
And actually, you know what? I'll check with the group first. I'll be like, he sees the eye, he does not like the eye. But I think if he is, a being of wrath, we are helping him achieve some sort of revenge. So we might be able to appeal to him on the way down, right?
The only thing is, message only goes 120 feet, and he's like probably 600
No,
feet
I was sorry.
away.
I was gonna send. I was going to do a sending, not actual
sending.
message.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, because I've seen him now, so I can do an actual sending.
Oh yeah. Okay. I see.
I mean, if we're going to go down there and go extract blood, we're going to go down there, right?
Is he going to give us his blood if we help him? I don't think so.
I mean,
I think we need to extract it.
Yeah, I don't think if he's a being of wrath and he's been stuck here for who knows how long. If he wants whatever he wants from us, he might just go into a rage anyway, or not a rage, but just go into a battle frenzy anyway.
Right? Is there a place down at the bottom of the pit that's safe for us, that will fit all of us? Because I have a way to get us down.
Like at the bottom of the ravine?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I also do have Featherfall prepared. I had a weird filter going on and I couldn't see it, but I do have Featherfall prepared. If we need that instead, or if that's easier. But my question was more, we don't know if there's anything else down here that might be even more hostile than, the giant demon we're trying to take blood from. So if we can, or giant, if we can appeal to Kostchtchie and say, is there anything that would stop us from helping you?
I mean,
that might be another way to know.
Didn't we try to appeal to another demon not too long ago, and then even though we tried to help him, he attacked us immediately?
Hey, but in the pursuit of magical research, it all worked out.
I'm just saying, if it was sensible, even when we tried to talk to a sensible demon that was speaking philosophics, well, the moment bloodshed was involved, bloodshed became rather quickly involved for the lot of us.
I guess maybe negotiating with the creatures of Avernus is not the best. It's the best plan most of the time.
Or at least anything that's referred to as the Fury. Or the Wrath or whatever.
I thought we could appeal to the Wrath, but...
I mean, I don't see the harm in trying to appeal, but to also be prepared to crush him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, I'm just saying, I think it would be better to do that in his face rather than wasting spell slots, which you could use to protect yourself from the inevitable wrath, right?
Yeah, I guess what I will do is I want the eye to finish, regardless if it can be seen, exploring some of these caves. I'm just looking to see if there is anything else here that I can see, and then I will return to look and see if there's a safe place at the bottom of the ravine. Or a place that maybe we could land. Mahkah, what are you looking for?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
okay.
A place that we can safely land. Or if you have Featherfall that we can aim for,
I guess another question is, if we're using the Featherfall tactic, just in case we anger him, he breaks out, we don't feel comfortable, you all don't feel comfortable fighting him. If we have to make an emergency exit, what is our exit strategy?
Well, I was going to drop a rope with us, but that's not a very fast exit strategy.
Also, it's 500 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, can we, you mentioned there's a way down?
It looks like there's a couple of locations where the climb look like some ample footholds and handholds.
Right.
You still gotta climb. Yeah. Still looks pretty treacherous.
I suppose we could just climb.
All right. I mean, I'm fine with that. Y'all, I'm sorry. I know your track records when it comes to contesting strengths and stuff like that.
At this point, Alina, you hear something in Abyssal from this demon. It cries out and just says, "Eyeball people, free me! Bring me my hammer!"
Another person who wants something.
Well, the hammer's with Zariel, so I don't know what he wants. I don't think we can do that right now.
I'll yell back. It's not where you think it is. I don't know where the fuck your hammer is.
Your voice is absorbed by the wind in the chasm.
Oh yeah, because he's like so fucking far away at that point.
Still yelling it anyways.
But otherwise, the eyeball is able to continue through this cavern, and Kostchtchie follows it as it goes. And it's able to investigate some of these caves, and it does spot some creatures in here. It spots a couple of what you recognize, Ethel, as hellhounds. They look very similar to the ones that you fought outside of the High Hall in El Terrell. And you also see just sitting just in the mouth of one of these caves, looking out, but just completely inactive, what appears to be a chain devil.
Well, we don't want to record this.
All right. And then I'll bring the eye back outside to look at, like, just the bottom of the ravine.
Where you going, eyeball? Come back and free me!
I give him another little wink.
And sorry, what are you looking at now? Just
the
in the
bottom
chasm?
of the ravine. Yeah, just like seeing if there's any, like, I don't know, a nice smooth little place to land near where we could climb out.
There's like a couple of places that look, I mean, it looks generally like you can walk around down there anyway. It's just this kind of fairly flat, rocky area. There's a few boulders scattered here and there. Yeah. It doesn't look too dangerous once you're down there. But you do see, as you're moving the eye around, two skeletons that they're lying on the ground amongst some rocks. One of them appears to have been impaled by a sharp rock, and there's like a backpack lying next to it.
Ooh, free stuff! Ethel jumps. No, just kidding.
I mean, I guess depending on the way down, if we're using Featherfall, we could like quickly
Grab the backpack.
or like use your like magical mage hand stuff and grab it. Because it's like a slow descent down, right?
Like grab it as you're drifting downwards?
Yeah, because with mage hand.
Yeah.
I assume. So do you report that the other creatures within this?
Oh, yeah,
area?
of course.
Okay. Well, I think that's the guards. And I bet you they're not going to be happy us trying to engage in either conversation or bloodletting with this creature.
We could bribe them, but yes, we could also kill them.
So, depending on how we want to go about this, would it be better for like a party of us that focuses on trying to distract the guards while another individual tries to go and extract the blood?
Or, hear me out, we just release him, he kills all the guards, and then also maybe would fight Zariel.
That's not here.
Yes, but as long as we don't get killed in that process, it could be good for us.
Okay, so I'm thinking, I have some experience in this. Thinking as a person that has been in prison, right? And it's just been like wronged in this way and has his prized weapon stolen. You're not thinking clearly, right? You're making
I think he's had a lot of time to think about how much he hates Zariel.
Yeah, that's the thing. He has a lot of times to build
the sweetest revenge.
To build up this anger. He's not, once he gets freed, yes, he's going to charge right after Zariel or where he thinks he is. That gives us no time to collect the blood at that point. He's just going to race towards that, right? Like, I'm thinking as a person that's like so developed in rage and anger, right?
That's my thing.
Maybe.
There's no way we're getting that blood if we set him free.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Maybe. Maybe that makes sense.
If you want to try to set him free, maybe after we collect the blood, but if we collect the blood, and depending on how pissed he is about that, he might just turn his anger onto us. Or all of us involved in the fight with distracting with the gods, right?
All right, understandable. Who's extraction team? Is it Alina because she's the sneakiest?
I mean, she does have the mage hand for sure. She does have the adjustable, improved mage hand abilities and is invisible. So I guess it won't be as too effectful with the because you said you could see the invisible eye, right? The big guy. But at least it won't be to everyone else, hopefully. So maybe their attention is drawn to someone that's maybe doing some weird fingle-fangle stuff, and more people that are actually engaging and trying to kill them.
All right, we got extraction team.
Okay.
We have distraction team. This is gonna work really well.
Excellent.
It's the first time in a while when we have at least a somewhat of a solid plan.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know there was a lot of tunnels that sort of opened into this pit where the Kostchtchie. I'm calling him Kost.
Okay.
Kost is a cell or pit is, but the rest of it was filled with this what was it sort of substance? Or is there something at the bottom of it?
Yeah, it looks like tar.
All right. How? Because the arcane eye can Ethel gather how far Kostchtchie was to any of these tunnels?
Let me see. So the pool of black tar at least is about, it looks like it's 10 feet deep, and it is 80 feet. It has an 80-foot diameter.
Okay.
And so then around that diameter is a walkway that's maybe 5 feet deep, and then the caves are in that walkway, and the entryway also.
Okay.
So, and is Costa, is he in the middle of that tar pit on a solid mass of land, and you need to cross a bridge to get to him?
No, he's just in the tar pit, squatting in this 10-foot deep tar, and there's just this big.
He's within the tar. Okay.
Yeah, he's just in the tar.
And he's in the middle of it, of this pit.
Approximately in the middle, yeah, a little bit further, closer to the back part of the cavern, but otherwise, yeah, mostly in the middle.
Okay. So, how far can you control your mage hand stuff, Alina?
I don't think it's that far. It's 30 feet or
can't.
something.
Right, and you can't make attacks with the mage hand, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So that would work anyway.
What is an attack? Because I would say getting my blood drawn, not an attack. No. I'm just kidding. I know that's not gonna fly.
Wait. Didn't you have a spell to let people float or something like that? John Lamore?
I do. Yes. But how does this help with the mage hand?
Well, I'm wondering. Well, okay. They can't control where they go because they have to cling off of surfaces, right?
Yep.
Okay, never mind. Because I was thinking maybe trying to have them freely float over, but that wouldn't work. They need to bounce off something.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is there a ceiling to this? Or is it open space?
The secondary cavern is, there's a ceiling.
How tall is that?
Maybe how tall is Kostchtchie? I'm gonna say probably 50, 60 feet.
Okay. And... oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say that Bigby's hand can only do the stuff that is very explicitly expressed in the spell, right? Like I can't use it as like a mage hand as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, can it carry someone?
It can push someone, and then it can interpose itself between you and another creature. So it like does have some like dexterity and stuff like that. That's why I was asking, because most of the time with like you're allowed to use spells creatively, so I can't tell if these are options for what you can do with the hand or the only things that the hand can do, you know?
Can you pull up Bigby's hand real quick?
Yeah.
Because I'm wondering if you, like, it would be super weird because we're trying to do this distraction and then have a big hand with someone on top of it. But that would be funny, just like as we're doing battle with these things, trying to distract them, gain their attention, have someone be drifted over on a big glowing hand.
Well, I meant more like, could the hand do the blood extraction itself? Because it can make an attack, like, and then just cup some blood, you know? But I don't know. This is a genuine rules question, not even me trying to be.
I mean, it can definitely make an attack. As to whether it would be able to extract blood as part of that attack, I'm not so sure about that. Like, I don't. It looks like it would do a lot of bruising and crushing type of things. It does.
You can poke it in the eye. just like.
That's true.
Does the hand have nails? Do they have a manicure?
I mean, it does say it gives it strength and its dex. So I mean, you could probably work out its carrying capacity from that. But it does say you can move the hand up to 60 feet and cause one of the following effects with it, which I think probably means you can't do any other effects with it. I think like sort of rules as intended, it's like a weapon more than a mage hand. It can target one creature, that would be alright. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it could really, like, how would you extract blood and then take the blood with the Bigby's hand, though? I don't know.
Well, I just meant if you can bloody it in some way, like, you know, it's literally dripping blood, then you can scoop the blood. Is it an efficient or a good method?
Can you, like, cause enough bloodshed onto the Bigby's hand and just sort of, like, try to maybe bring it back?
Can you gather the blood with Bigby's hand?
I mean,
a really messy pint.
You need a pint,
hard
though.
to gather
That's the thing. Because it's like, it's an object. So an object, I feel, would be able to have blood on it. But can it carry a pint of blood? And how would you get that? Like, yeah, maybe. I don't.
Maybe
you would have to.
like,
you would have to try this to know. I think.
Maybe as an idea, like hypothetically, anyway.
That's a lot of blood.
Like you like punch a specific like either like spot or try to, like I said, maybe like point at an orifice that it kind of like can be like. I know, but get bear with me. And it kind of like starts oozing, kind of like its blood. Maybe kind of like coupling the hand, and maybe trying to do maybe like a weird version of like grasping hand, and just like try to collect the blood in that, and just, like, try to gingerly maneuver the cupped hand back to the party.
The problem with grasping hand is that it says that it attempts to grapple a huge or smaller creature within 5 feet of it. And so blood isn't. That's the thing, right? I mean, like it says that this thing, causes one of the following effects, and these effects look like they're all targeting creatures. So I'm going to say that you could probably have, if you maneuvered it right, some blood on it, since it's an object. But I don't. You feel unsure. You don't know. You just don't know whether you could get it to carry a pint of blood. You're not sure about that.
Okay. So I guess we'll. Do we have any way of maneuvering apart from Bigby's hand? Does anyone have like any way of giving people like a flying speed or like a mass? I guess like a teleportation type thing, maybe.
Wait, can't Alina transform?
That's right.
Yeah.
How's he chained? Is it like arms above, behind his
Behind his
how
back.
does he
right?
Yeah, behind his back.
behind his back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, go ahead.
I was gonna say I have hold monster now too. I could maybe cast that on him, and Alina can try to get the blood as quickly as possible. If that, and then
might be a good case if he somehow breaks free while we're trying to collect blood.
yeah,
Because he's already restrained or bound.
I don't think it's actually that easy to get blood from people, even if their hands are tied.
I know. I'm just.
Yeah, but
Okay.
we just try to get
That
in.
seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
Damming the river or breaking the dam of the river Styx is sounding a lot better at this point.
Yeah,
Plus, we would have gotten to blow so much stuff up. It would have been
I'm
so
ready to
much fun.
drink the juice. ready to drink the Kool-Aid.
To be fair, I'd rather kind of like do a job with a snooty wizard than kind of like doing whatever weird shit Mephisto wants.
Just to interject on this Bigby's hand issue, it does say at the top, as I've just found somebody pointing out on the internet, that it mimics the movements of your own hand.
Ooh, I did not.
So, I think that because of that, if you grasp at an object, I don't see why it couldn't. You know, these things are actions that would occur in combat, but outside of combat, I think, yeah, maybe in that case you could carry something or grab an object. I'm still not sure how you would exactly, like, I don't know, would it be able to carry a pint in its, I mean, a pint's maybe not that big compared to, it does say it's large, I think.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's a pretty big hand.
Yeah. That might be a little bit more doable than I initially thought.
At the very least, he didn't say how much, right, that Mordenkainen needed. He just needed some blood.
No, he said
he
a
said he
pint.
needed a pint.
A pint.
Sorry about that.
I feel like a big hand might at least have a pint on it.
I think so. A large hand, like, yeah, maybe that would work.
Okay.
I would usually say like a large creature is. Oh, well, I mean, height is irrelevant, isn't it? Like, what's large? Like 3 squares?
I think it's like a
that's
10
definitely
by 10. Like
yeah,
10 feet by 10 feet.
Oh, 10 by 10. Yeah, I mean,
and that's just like the hand, not even talking about like the creature size itself.
yeah, I'll
It's
say
like
that
10
the
feet.
more you think about this, Ethel, the more you feel like, you know what? I swear, I feel like I could get this to work.
All right. So, big plan. You cast Bigby's hand. We get some other spells to make sure that you don't get caught up in anything. Maybe like I can buff you up with a protection spell so you don't get. If there's no weird shit going on, right? Maybe, and just like you cast that, we distract the guards. Go to war, and pray that this works.
Perfect. I only have 53 feet of rope. So if anyone else has any rope.
I think we're gonna have to use Featherfall.
No, I mean for getting back up.
Oh yeah. True.
Oh,
We want to. I mean, I know we can do a classic rock climbing. You know, you tie yourselves together and you kind of make your way up without necessarily having a rope attached to the top. But if we happen to be able to pull together more rope, that would maybe be ideal.
I only have 50 feet.
I also only have 50 feet. I'm checking the
So
back of the thing
1,
right now.
2, 3.
It's gonna be interesting if guards make their way to this arena and see us climbing out. We'll be facing a lot of arrows, I would say. Also, just to let everyone know, I just double checked my flask, and on there it says holds 1 pint. So we need to fill a flask at least.
The hand has like a flask and it's just like moving around moving around our new best friend Kostchtchie and just being like, getting little drips in there.
That's your best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I punched you so hard in your nose it's bleeding. Excuse me.
Now, Mahkah was thinking for extraction. If you want a quick extraction, I've been saving this. Mahkah can turn into a giant eagle with a saddle. I can fly everyone out.
Why have you been saying that? You haven't been doing it all the time.
Can you fly everyone out?
Well, one at a time.
Oh, right, okay.
But that
Also,
would be
I-
fast.
Also, I'd
But
just
that'll be
say,
pretty quick.
also, Alina, you looking at this drop or this climb, you know, you're a bit of a climber. You've got a climber's kit. Like, you're not. You feel actually like this would be climbable. Like you feel, at least.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Alina's been this whole time just like setting up the climbing rig and started down the hill while everybody was talking. I just noticed because we just literally just stealth down and waited for everybody just to realize she's missing.
Do you do that?
And then, yeah,
I was like, and then Alina could go in right
a
in.
chance. Yeah, and I'm already like partway down the hill.
Okay.
Me handing up the harness.
And Michael just want to say to Ethel, it comes with experience. I wasn't holding this all this time.
Okay, Alina, because you use climbing gear to do this, you are able to climb down safely, and you're at the bottom without having to make a check or anything.
Amazing.
And then Alina, wait.
But I don't know how many sets of climbing gear you have.
Is she in the? Did she go back into the slimes? She's
And
picking up
she's
them
gone.
again.
She's coming.
Okay, so the plan is to, it's to all of you go down there. A group of you go and try to like draw away these guards, while Ethel and somebody else go and try to use Bigby's hand to collect a pint of blood, and then you try to get the fuck out of there. Potentially, Mahkah flying you out, climbing out,
Or some climb, yeah.
doing whatever you have to do.
Yep.
Is that the plan?
That is the idea.
That's the plan.
Okay, sweet. All right, let's leave it there for the week, and we will resume this plan.
You know what that means now. Another week of thinking about the plan.
Just come back in and be like, guys, the whole new plan. We send Meep in, and he's got it.
The homunculuses will go in. Tiny, just extract some blood.
Would
come
the
back
tar
out.
hurt the homunculi? No, I don't.
Oh,
So
don't they have a flying speed as well? No.
Yes, they actually do.
Oh my
Flying
god.
speed.
oh my god, let's send in a little swarm.
So it's already changed. Oh,
Maybe
Wow, yeah.
give like a couple
5
like
homunculi
maybe, like,
on a big bee's hand.
maybe give them like a small like maybe the mundane dagger.
Oh, I
and
got a
the,
one dagger.
Yeah, well, we need to cut it, right? We need to make a decision to get blood. Maybe give them a few like vials, or not vials, but maybe like a flask and one of them like a knife, and they kind of like do that. We have Bigby's hand doing the main damage that look like we're actually trying to do that. Have them as backup just in case. We just have
Done.
like
done. I thought you
Wait.
were going to say use Bigby's hand as a platform, and I'll just be on the platform.
Well,
Two will
they
be
can-
cutting, and two will be gathering.
well, they
Wait.
can like
You
fly
can't
anyway.
stop the
Maybe just
planning
make-
now.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah,
Wait, so
Bigby
how
just
far?
looks like it's like
how far? Sorry, does Bigby's hand? How far can you be? Sorry, let me have a look. 120 feet.
Range.
Wait, so you're proposing that you give the homunculi? Can the homunculi attack?
they have.
Yeah, I think so.
So you're proposing that you give the homunculi a knife. You get within 120 feet. You have a distraction force. The
With other
homunculi
guards.
fly over to this thing.
Uh-huh.
They cut it in the leg, and
And on the attack roll, they would get a 19 because I just have important rolls, so they're hitting.
They don't
you
even
know?
need that. They could just fight it actually, and just
Yeah,
kind of
they
like
can
try
just
to
bite
open
it
a
with
hole.
their little teeth.
Yeah.
and then
It's
the
weird to think that they have
hand
teeth.
like brings the like a pint of blood back in its hand to Ethel, and then
Well,
you
I was-
put it into Mahkah's vial.
Just a flask.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, a few of them can go for biting. A couple of them can have flasks. We can have Bigby look like that's the way they're trying to collect them, as these guys are just flying around. just try to keep out of eyesight from the other creatures, right? And we could just have multiple backup plans just in case shit goes south, right?
Okay, hold on. I'm going to.
This is the most we've ever planned anything.
I'm going to say that Kostchtchie is going to make 2 attacks. He's going to attempt to bite at these. Well, I mean, I guess they could just be like near his leg. He doesn't have his hammer. Okay, I think that you are able to do this without any problems.
You just wore him down so much of the talking about it. He's just like, yeah, whatever, it's fine.
No, this is a really good idea. I don't see how you would be caught. You're 120 feet away at least from Kostchtchie. Like, even if this chain devil and these hellhounds see you and run towards you, that's not going to happen until you've like extracted this blood in the hand. You know, you fly the blood back, the slime homunculi have their own flying speed, you all get the fuck out of there, Mahkah turns into an eagle, flies at least 1 or 2 people out, and the rest of you climb the fuck out of there.
Done.
I think you succeed without having to even engage in combat.
This is why we playing shit!
Are you taking our level 11 back?
What? Why? What? Too overpowered, you reckon? Level 11? We're going back to level 10, guys.
Sorry.
Yeah, way too cool. No, that seems like a pretty fucking good plan to me. I think you are able to do that and get away with a pint of blood. The whole time, Kostchtchie is like stamping and just like swearing, "Oh, set me free! Stupid little slime things!" Trying to like stomp on them and shit. They cut him. He's like, "Oh!"
Can I was gonna say, oh, maybe we should set him free, but my mage hand doesn't go far enough for me to pick the lock.
He knows what he's done.
Well,
You're in timeout.
you've climbed. You've managed to climb and fly out of here with this pint of blood, and now you're like standing at the top of this chasm, looking back down, like thinking about, should we go back down there and set him free?
Nah, leave him.
Nice. Done.
It does seem like he hates Zariel. But I wouldn't want him to hurt Zariel. I still feel like maybe we can convince her to come back to our side. I think there's still good in her yet.
And you hear Kostchtchie, "I'm gonna kill that bitch!"
Well, if we need reinforcements, we might have to go back and get him.
We'll send the slime guys back in.
He loves those guys.
I am now teaching my slime how to stealth and lockpick during our drives.
Ooh.
Teaching my slime. That was fucking cool. I didn't expect that. I like that. On the credits and everything.